Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Northwestern Lehigh High School, the site tonight for Colonial League football action. It's week 10 of the high school football season. It's our D11sports.com game of the week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. We got a great one for you. The Spartans of Southern Lehigh at 9-0. The Tigers from Northwestern Lehigh also checking in at 9-0. Al DiCarlo alongside Terrence Maynor. So glad you could join us for a great matchup. And no, basketball season is right around the corner, but not yet. We have a huge matchup. We talked about this in week 1. When we opened up with Quakertown and Southern Lehigh, and here we are in week 10. This has all the makings of a great game for a championship as well.
Yeah, and like you said, for a championship, we got two teams who are 9-0. And, you know, Al, you've been pretty excited about this game all week. He's been texting me all week saying how exciting this game is going to be. I think we're going to have a stellar of a game here, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out.
Now, the Spartans, as we mentioned, 9-0 under head coach Phil Sams in his 6th year. They're coming off a win against Saucon Valley by the score of 56-20. Colton Sams, the junior quarterback who went for 2,999 last year, is over 3,000, almost 900 yards this year. He's having a tremendous season, 20 touchdowns and only 2 INTs.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see from Colton Sams tonight. We're going to see a kid who's really going to try and air it out. You know, Coach Sam said when we have our opportunities, when we have our moments to air it out, we're going to take them. And really excited to see how they play out, how Sams plays tonight.
On the other side for Josh Snyder, now in his 14th year, they're coming off a win against Tamako by a score of 56-16. Shane Lay, the senior quarterback, has been dynamite this year.
Yeah, and I guess we just have to feature both quarterbacks. They've both been absolutely tremendous, airing it out, absolutely tremendous in terms of their reads. And I think we might see a high-octane passing attack today from both teams tonight.
Well, expect a great matchup between these two teams. Yes, the trophy is on the line. It's our D11sports.com game of the week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. It's Northwestern Lehigh versus Southern Lehigh next here.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
We are back here at Northwestern Lehigh, and we get ready for a matchup of unbeaten teams. The Spartans at 9-0, the Tigers at 9-0, standing by on the sidelines, Jermaine DiCarlo and McKenna Schlegel.
I got to speak to Southern Lehigh head coach Phil Sams. He said this is the best week of practice they've had in years, and it's been a long time since they beat Northwestern, but the team wants it bad. The team's fired up and has zero fear coming in this game. He said the keys to winning tonight are to control the line of scrimmage, move forward on every play, have good defense. He said the team has improved throughout the season, and Northwestern are winners, and they've been in every situation, but he's not concerned.
And I got to speak with Northwestern Lehigh's head coach, Josh Snyder. They have been practicing, mostly focusing on the defense this week, but they are aware of how important their offense is to this game. They are aware to make big plays and get their offense on the field as much as possible to to keep a lead against Southern Lehigh, and they are looking to weather the storm early.
Back to you guys up top.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. They will be there for the sidelines at the end of the game as well. Giovanni, a freshman, McKenna, a junior. We welcome them aboard here on D11sports.com. It's always nice to have our students, and our program continues to grow. As you saw from the beginning of the year now, we just continue to add more students each and every time, Terrence.
Yeah, and it just, it's really a good opportunity to get in front of the camera, get some great experience, as you think about what you want to do in terms of your next steps in your next life. You come to D11 Sports, try something new, and I think everybody that's come through here has really made a good career out of it.
No matter your sport or position, St. Luke Sports Medicine can train you to avoid injury, and if you do get injured, we're there with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and our orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons to get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. Support for our D11sports.com Game of the Week comes from Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley in Easton. For all your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380, located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301, Easton, PA. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Tonight's game also brought to you by Stu's Tire Center, located at 3930 Independence Drive in Schnecksville. In need of new tires, a wheel alignment, or an oil change, stop by Stu's Tire Center or give them a call at 610-799-4298. Locally owned since 1981. Game also brought to you by Strategic Benefits One Group in the Lehigh Valley, a premier broker in helping small, medium, and large businesses build a competitive employee benefits package, which includes retirement plan services and managing clients locally as well as in more than 12 states. Visit their website at strategicbenefitsonegroup.com. We thank them for their continued dedication and support of D11sports.com, Mike Lagoe, and Strategic Benefits One Group. As the teams start making their way onto the field, Spartans as well. For almost 100 years, Jacko's has been serving the Lehigh Valley with their one-of-a-kind hot dogs featuring their secret sauce. The Hot Dog King has 6 locations located in Allentown, Emmaus, Trexlertown, and Fogelsville. For your next cookout or tailgate, pick up a Jacko's doggy pack, 1 dozen dogs with all the fixins. Jacko's food and service you can trust since 1922. Terrence, take us through, you're amped up for a big game. These teams are coming onto the field. How you used to come out, for the Warriors and feel that adrenaline before a kickoff.
I mean, especially under these Friday night lights, it really is kind of a different feeling, excitement, energy, and just being able to come out and have an opportunity to play. You take the opportunities when you can get them because you understand that this is not going to last forever. So anytime you get an opportunity to come out here, especially with your boys, with your friends, you take it in stride, you love it, you enjoy it, you embrace it, and I think that's what we're going to see here tonight. It already looks like Southern Lehigh is really wild up on, the fan side and the player side too.
We look at this matchup and we talk about different players and keys for them and bring them in. We're waiting for the Northwestern Lehigh Tigers going to make their way onto the field, and then we'll take a look at the keys to the game as well. But, Sean Steckert scored 2 more touchdowns in Southern Lehigh's win over Saucon Valley. He's got now 69 touchdowns. He had 4 touchdowns in week 1. He had 4 touchdowns in week 5, 320 yards in week 6. I mean, it says a lot of player magnitude as making their way onto the field are the defending 3A state champions, Northwestern Lehigh Tigers. But, we start seeing those numbers, and you start seeing crazy numbers, even with the quarterback. There's a lot of offense that comes on to the field tonight for both teams. At the same time, when there's a lot of offense, there's got to be good, aggressive defense as well.
Right, and I think whatever defense can really make that overall stand, really, come out of this game on top. Like you said, 2 high-powered offense. It's just about what defense can be more sound, what defense can be more physical, and what defense can overall, get that one stop that's going to turn the tide of the game.
Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by New York Life. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have a current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact their office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today.
And, of course, for Southern Lehigh, it's, kind of the same in terms of focus on the run. Offensively, you want to make sure they control the line of scrimmage, move the ball on the ground, make sure they get Stecker going early and often, and then on defense, stop the Tigers' run game, stop them from getting anything going, any sort of motion on the ground. And from the other side, get stops on defense. We talked to Coach Snyder. He said, it's going to take one guy, one play to make that defensive play. It's going to turn the tide for the game. And, of course, win the time of possession. Northwestern wants to make sure when it comes to offense, they have the ball more than Southern Lehigh does on the opposite side and make big plays that make a difference. Like we said, Coach Snyder said it's going to be one guy, one play that's going to turn the tide of the game. Who's going to make that play? Northwestern's looking to find out tonight.
With that, we pause in on America with the playing of our national anthem.
Military and join us as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem performed this evening by the Northwestern Lehigh Tiger Marching Band.
Away from kickoff here, week number 10, and so glad you could join us here on D11sports.com. Really excited to have everyone here because everyone's been anticipating this. And Terrence, not only here in the Lehigh Valley, not only, in District 11, but also, Avonworth and other teams, out west that feel that they may face a Northwestern Lehigh team or they may face a Southern Lehigh team. There's a lot of people across the state of Pennsylvania watching this game tonight.
Yeah, and you got to remember it is week 10, so 1 week from today we're going to start those playoffs. So like you said, a lot of teams in Pennsylvania, watching this game with close eyes, knowing that, hey, one of these teams could come see us or vice versa next week.
Game brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on a D11 Sports game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. When it comes to towing, trailer, auto body repair, experience matters. Let Ironton Auto Body put their 70-plus years of experience to work for you. Locally owned and operated with 24-hour emergency towing and recovery services, along with 24-hour trailer repair. When something goes wrong, don't trust it to anyone. Look no further than Ironton Auto Body. Let our family take care of your family. Call 610-799-3241. Teams are at midfield. We get ready for some football. And we're not done after tonight. We have one more game in the regular season, and that's another huge matchup. It'll be the 59th meeting between Liberty and Freedom, and they match up really well. That's tomorrow afternoon at 11 o'clock at Bethlehem Area School District Stadium. So we're excited to bring that one in your direction as well. With that, let's bring in our players to watch one more time. And Terrence, obviously, we talked about him a little bit, and these guys are going to be key tonight.
Yeah, and you see the stats for these two quarterbacks, but one thing I want to really mention is the low amount of interceptions. These quarterbacks are really, really good at keeping the ball in their possession, not turning it over, but they can also show that they can air it out tonight. That's why I said I think we're going to have a high-octane passing kind of game tonight, especially with these two quarterbacks and the way they can play.
So as we look at this matchup and we look at the beginning of the game, take us through this game a little bit. What do you anticipate? What I mean by that is you can't read what's going out there, right? But at the same time, how important or is it the first six minutes of this game?
Yeah, well, overall, that first drive, it doesn't matter if it's offense or defense, it really establishes how you are going to be in this game. Of course, offensively, establishing how you're going to move and the motion you're going to, get down the field. And defensively, you have to, kind of, start with a little bit of physicality, a little bit of toughness, and set the tone on the defensive side. So those first few plays are really going to be key to how this game is going to be impacted.
Well, we are ready to go, and you can wait no longer as this is what we've been waiting for, and this is what we have. It is Southern Lehigh 9-0. It is Northwestern Lehigh 9-0. It will be the Tigers who get the football first in this one, and then we'll see if this is going to be an offensive back-and-forth affair or what will happen here. But I keep saying special teams and maybe a trick play can be something going here. But obviously that line of scrimmage, when you have Carter Giberson at 6'4", 336. Underway, week 10, here we go. And it is going to be a short kick, and it's going to be picked up by the Tigers. And with that, let's bring in the offense for the Northwestern Lehigh Tigers.
When we already mentioned, Shane Lay and, his ability through the air and, what he can do. But, of course, Lakatosh is going to be a big factor on the ground tonight. He's kind of individual that he's a tough, hard-nosed runner. When he gets the football, it's going to take a couple of guys to wrap him up and bring him down. So it's going to be interesting to see these first few plays, how they stack up in the run game.
Start things off from the 27-yard line, and on the ground they'll go, but nothing there. And with that, we'll take a look at the defense for the Southern Lehigh Spartans, as the first play tackle was Giberson, as he got in there pretty quick.
And I was just about to mention Giberson. He's going to be a huge factor on that opposite side of the ball. Going to be able to look to move a couple of people on the line of scrimmage up front. If he can get a substantial amount of pressure, if he can, stop guys in terms of ball carriers in the run, I think Southern Lehigh is going to have a great day tremendously defensively.
Second down, and they'll toss it far side, and that one may have been knocked away. I believe it was.
Yeah. It's a great job by Roman, keeping his eyes on the quarterback, getting a hand on the football. If he had just a bit of a step, he could have took that to the house for 6.
We always talk about tempo and getting off to a good start. Right now it's 3rd down and 10 here for Shane Lay and company. Goes for a hard count. And one thing you'll see with Northwestern, they're always looking over there, and they're going to try to see if you can jump offside and change the play when they need to. Lay looking to throw, and throws the middle part of the field, and he'll hit Lagoe. Lagoe makes a catch, and he has a little bit more. He'll get towards midfield, and Lagoe down the sideline all the way to the 40-yard line. So a pass play from Lay on 3rd down and 10 to Michael Lagoe, and for Lagoe, that's his 25th catch of the season.
All right, here we go. 3 receivers set to the right side. Lay stays tough in the pocket, knowing it's collapsing on him, able to find Lagoe, and you get a receiver who catches it short, takes it long. That's what you always like to see, but this is exactly what we thought we were going to see from this offense. Passing, getting the ball through the air, worked out well there on 3rd down.
So the ball at the 40 for the Tigers as they convert on their first 3rd down of the game. And they get an Ironton automatic 1st down.
It looked like they were going to motion Bollinger behind Lay and hand it off to him, just a little jumpy on that false start. Spartans have to really take advantage of this mistake by Northwestern. Bollinger
looking to throw. Yep. Maybe got tagged as he threw that one. Looking for Lagoe and incomplete. He had 2 players downfield. He also had Brady Zimmerman down there. But that rush play, you see when they're coming, kind of maybe no deflection, but enough pressure to alter your pass. But it was right there.
And sometimes that's all you need on the defensive line, defense side of the ball. It's not always about getting the sack, not always about making the tackle, not always about getting a hand on the ball, but just make the quarterback feel a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket that he throws an errant throw. Threw one right there, was Lay, and like I said, Southern Lehigh needs to take advantage of that false start penalty by the Tigers.
Second down to 15, the ball at the 45-yard line. And here's Chase Sakanik. Sakanik gets tripped up. And a quick play and a quick tackle. As coming across and making that play was Darius Leitner.
And Sakanik, direct snap. They had 2 guys in motion from left to right. Try to take it that way, and it's a great job on that left defensive end side by number 50, Hopels, who
And we're back here in that same situation. It was 3rd down and 10. They got
Yeah.
the first down. Now 3rd down and 13.
And everyone knows that Northwestern's going to pass it, so this front four has to create some pressure.
Lay will roll far side of the field. Off the back foot, now throws it. Has a receiver on the sideline, and he connects on the pass play. And that's Bollinger. So Mason Bollinger makes the great catch, pulls it down inbounds for another first down. Brought to you by Ironton Auto Body.
Just a one-on-one situation to give Lay a little bit more time. They roll him out left side, takes a shot down the field, and that's a great catch by Bollinger, and a great job to be able to keep those feet in bounds. Convert for the Tigers.
1st and 10 from the 12. Lay's going to take it himself. Goes with a block in front. Lay just powers forward, and Lay is going to go in for the touchdown. 12-yard touchdown by Shane Lay, and Northwestern on the scoreboard.
It's a great job by the Tigers right away, taking that play and setting everybody up, getting lined up. Rex snap to Lay and taking it left side. And, yeah, we said Lay's great with his arm, great with his reads, but he's got some athleticism in those legs and was able to take it there for a touchdown. A great opening drive by the Tigers.
So in there for the extra point is Chase Sakanic, the sophomore. It's Michael Legault who's there for the hold. Low snap, that ball is up, and that one is through for the touchdown. And with 10 minutes, 13 seconds on the clock, it is Northwestern who strikes first for a 7-0 lead. Terrence, that being said, you had a 3rd down and 10, you had a 3rd down and 13. They complete 2 huge plays. Take us to that drive.
I mean, it was just really, I was going to say it's methodical, but it's just one of those drives where you establish kind of dominance on the air, to start. Run game didn't work too well, but they've shown, hey, when we want to air it out, when we want to take our shots, we can make something happen, especially on those 3rd down and longs. Just a very good opening drive for the Tigers to put 6 on the board. Yeah,
no question about it. You're looking at yourself. Guyberson made a big play. The defense made a couple of big stops. That all being said, Shane Lay bringing his A game right now. Again, there's so much time left in the game. We're waiting to see the possession, and are we going to have that? You look at these two teams and, the points that they average. Are we going to be at those averages, or the defense is only giving up 12, 13 points a game between the two of them? So wait and see what happens here. There, into the big run all the way back. And we'll take a look at the offense after a nice solid run back by Sean Stecker.
All right, here we go. Nice run by Stecker to get that offense, a little excited. And we take a look at his offense. Already talked about Colton Sams, and he's going to, try and air it out tonight, try and respond to Lay. Kaczynski and Roman are going to be individuals that he's going to look to find early and often. If this offense can really get something going, we could see an absolute scoregami here today. So it's going to be interesting to see how this offense responds on this opening drive for the Spartans.
The good old scoregami. We are underway. One possession in. Here's the first possession and the first play. And trying to make his way through. Not much there on the first play of the game. We'll take a look at the defense for the Northwestern Lehigh Tigers.
Of course, that was a great job by Shane Humes to come in and make the tackle. As we take a look at this defense, it's going to be very interesting to see these linebackers. They have to be able to make plays on ball carriers when they are trying to run it with Stecker, when they're trying to, get something going left or right. These linebackers have to be able to follow suit, wrap up guys, and bring them down.
Stecker will get the carry straight through the middle. A burst of energy, and he's got at least 12 for an Ironton Auto Body first down. Again, it doesn't take much for him to get through, and we saw that in the Quakertown game that we had on D11 Sports. Once he gets loose, he's dangerous.
Yeah, it was a great job by left guard Gabe Bogert to be able to move a body. And like we said, Stecker doesn't take a lot for him to get loose. And when he does explode through that hole, it's going to be really hard to get him to the ground.
From the 42, back to Stecker. And the middle part of the field is really giving him what he needs. And, you've talked to me about this, forever. You get 3-4 yards, you're going to keep pounding. And then, when you're not expecting it, there goes that pass play by
It's
Sams.
methodical, hard-nosed football. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're running well with Stecker. I can't imagine that's going to slow down anytime soon, especially with the 2nd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, pick above 7 yards for Stecker. See what Sams does here on this 2nd down and 3. And he is going to throw. Here comes some pressure. He throws it to the far side. He'll complete the pass and puts it into the hands of Luke Koshinski. And we'll move the chains for an Ironton auto body first down.
And just like on Shane Lay's first pass, Colton Sam's able to stay tough, knowing some pressure is coming from his backside. Able to throw the ball and find a receiver downfield and convert this to a first down for the Spartans.
Glad you could join us here on D11Sports.com. Our game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. A quick start. We love seeing that kind of start. 8:23 left in the opening quarter of this one. First possession here for the Spartans. They have the ball sitting at the Northwestern Lehigh 27-yard line. And Colton Sams back there, and that ball goes right through his hands. He's got to dive for it, and they'll lose some yards, but not the snap that he wanted on that play. Everything has been going right until there.
Yeah, and that can really turn the tide of your offense, so they have to just kind of regroup, just, refocus. Everyone make sure they're on the same page in terms of chemistry and, not let that be the catalyst to this offense falling apart. Unfortunately, losing about 7 yards on that.
All the way back to the Northwestern 34-yard line.
So inside 8 minutes, opening quarter. From the 34. They'll pitch it over to Steckert. Steckert gets tripped up. Nice play across by Zimmerman. Zimmerman saw that one coming from the start.
And something they've been doing in this opening snap, they've been motioning Trembler, the fullback. And he was the guy on Zimmerman, and a great job by Zimmerman just to get around him, wrap up, and make a tackle. Kind of clip the legs of Steckert. Lost it too.
First down marker is inside that 20-yard line. The ball sits at the 36. Sams will float this over to Koshinski. Try to get some of these yards back, but a bunch of players in there for the Tigers, including Fritz Scherer. So Shire's going to make the play. Now you're in that fourth down, and again, last year we saw, when you start going for those field goals and seeing kind of where you're going to, put yourself in position for that or not, or, you're just going to try to pin them down, which I think that's what they're going to do here. The wind we saw before the game was pretty fierce. They'll try to do something with Darius Roman. Roman will lay this one into the corner, and he'll go out of bounds. So right around the, 12, 13-yard line, that range. Here in the first quarter. 6:24 on the clock. Glad you could join us here. Our D11Sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. I want to thank Jason Zimmerman for his hospitality. We're hanging in the visitors side because media everywhere. Penn Sports Radio in the house. Tony Sabilla and John in the house. And even BJ Spiegelmeyer, my buddy, and D11 Sports analyst as well. Also the Sports Information Director for DeSales University, doing some statistics here. He's the statistician for Southern Lehigh. The ball from the 12. So the middle part of the field has not been kind so far for Northwestern because of the interior. Sean Riley, Sports Fan Base Network, doing a good job so far, but there's still 3 quarters left, so we don't know yet how he's going to finish. So.
Yeah, it's certainly still early, so I think Sean will be all right. He's always able to stick with us.
No, usually. Second down. Lay's going to roll, and that one's going to be intercepted. The INT goes into the hands of John Pavis.
Well, this is certainly very interesting. They tried the fake handoff with Bollinger. You see here. I understand what Lay was trying to do. He was kind of trying to lay it out there, give his receiver a chance to go get it, but it was a great job by Pavis. Be able to high point the football, go get it at its highest point and bring it down. And for Southern Lehigh, after that first offensive stop, now with this defensive turnover, you got all the momentum in the world in your corner.
Well, they'll start with Steckert. Steckert busts a tackle and then gets tripped up on the far side, as getting him was Chase Sakanic. That being said, you look at it, we came in. That is only the second interception of the year for Shane Lay. Came in with 17 touchdowns and 1 INT. A big one there. Again, your drive stalled for Southern Lehigh. You come right back, you get the INT, and now you're back in the exact same spot as where you punted the ball.
Well, like we said, it was still early after that first drive. Of course, there's a mistake in terms of that fumble, but all it needs is one guy to make a play to revamp the whole team, and that interception did just that.
Pickup of just one. Sam's going to throw near side, and he's going to complete the pass. And he will hit Darius Roman. Roman, the senior, at 5'8". Roman came into the game with 24 catches for 367 yards. He's averaging 15 yards a catch. Take a look at this team. When you say, when you used to make catches, were you a big play guy? Were you averaging 15, 18 a catch?
I was a defensive guy. I didn't really make catches like that.
Well, I thought maybe defensively you would make, the interception and then go 15, 16. Anyway, my thought is Kosinski's 16 he's averaging, Roman's 15, Otto Young 18, and Jacoby Jacobs at 16. Those are great numbers.
Yeah, these are big play kind of individuals, big play kind of receivers, and this is a big play offense. They want to get the ball down the field in bunches and chunks. That was a great pass there by Sams, able to set his feet.
But just like that, we're at 4th down here. They load up that backfield with Stecker behind.
House set.
See if they can get someone to jump. They'll give it to Stecker. He'll try to bounce to the outside and pushes forward. And this is going to be really close. Northwestern says no.
I don't know if they got it.
But no signal just yet. They may measure this one because there's no signal right now. Pat Patron's out there, but he's like looking at it. He goes, you know what, maybe we should get a measurement here. Tell you what, we've done a bunch of games this year, but we have not seen that many chains coming out.
Yeah. Haven't really needed the chain gang too much.
No. This is a big play either way. Either a first down coming up for Southern Lehigh or a huge stop in the crowd noise from Northwestern Lehigh.
And it looked like Steckert was just reaching that line before he got there, but yeah, they're going to say that's short.
So short it is, and Northwestern Lehigh takes over. So 2 defensive stops by the Tigers, and they get the football back. That's huge.
Yeah, and with the defense on the Southern Lehigh side getting the interception, huge for the Tigers to be able to make a stop and get the ball back in the possession of their offense. But what can they do with it is really the question. 4:21 left to go.
So 7-0 lead if you're just joining us here on D11Sports.com. It is Tigers up by 7 on a Shane Lay 12-yard touchdown run. And Lay's going to take this one. Not much there. Gets up towards the 30-yard line. So we're reaching the 4-minute mark of a quick-moving first quarter. Despite seeing balls in the air, the first quarter is really moving along here. So a pickup of 3, they'll call it. The ball at the 31-yard line. And on the handoff, here's Sakanik. Sakanik gets to the outside. Wow. He gets tripped up. He'll gain a few more, but a great job defensively by the Spartans. And a couple guys in there, but including Leighton Shuck, the 5'8", 156-pound junior.
Great job by Shuck just to get low, and it was kind of a WWE kind of move, able to flip him over there. But
oh, look at you talking wrestling. Anybody doing that kind of move, you're ready. You're talking. And through the defense is Shane Humes. Humes battling through, busts the player, and he's going down for the touchdown. Huge touchdown by Shane Humes as he goes 64 yards for the score.
Second straight time that the Tigers went fast offensively, had a play go down, lined everybody up, and for the second straight time it ends in a touchdown. Humes is about 20-so yards downfield before anybody touches him. Stiff arms one and walks into the end zone. If you are the Tigers, you are all smiles in this first quarter.
So that comes at 3:06, and we'll get to that touchdown, back to that touchdown in a second. Sakanik here with the extra point attempt here for the Tigers to increase the lead. Takes a snap. That one is up, and that one will make its way through. And with 3:06 on the clock, it's 14-0 in favor of the Tigers. So when you look at this team, we were talking about, on the offensive side for Southern Lehigh, the receivers averaging what they are. When you look at the rushing leaders, you have Lakatosh at 896. You have Sakanek at 652. You have Brady Zimmer at 169. You have Mason Bollinger at 166. In the top 4, you don't see Shane Humes, but he makes those kind of plays when you need it. That one was monstrous.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the person who's not so flashy on the stat book that really makes the play, the individual that they're not really looking after, and Humes sees that opportunity, sees that hole, bursts through it, and a touchdown, and already the Tigers out 14-0. This is huge, huge for Northwestern.
So a big start for the Tigers, and this becomes a big possession here for Southern Lehigh, down 14-0. This one will be fielded right around the 10-yard line or so. And it'll be the second possession here for Southern Lehigh. They got pretty good field position up across the 30. The first time it was up close to towards the 40-yard line. But like I said, this becomes a big play for them in the position of the field where you're at, because Northwestern, despite the INT earlier by Shane Lay, is up 14-0.
Yeah, and I think even so it's 14-0. It's still the first quarter. There's still plenty of time left. You don't stray away from your game plan. Don't try and air it out and force errant throws. Just stick to what you know. Be patient with it. And right now, like I said, you don't have to make any sort of changes for the Spartans.
Sams from his own 30. We'll give that to Steckert. Steckert trying to follow that left side, but nothing there. And then good defensive stop there on first down for the Tigers.
Great job by Legui. Great job by Humes especially to be able to stick in his gap. I understand you can't always move the big guy.
Maddox Hurdle lost his helmet, so has to go out for one play. You mentioned Michael Legoe, who made that catch earlier, came in with 24 catches for 330 yards. So call it 3 yards. And we're around 2:30 on the clock here for Colton Sams. Sam's going to throw far side of the field, and that one incomplete. Those are the ones that you're going to make 9 out of 10 times, but quickly looking upfield, and brings up a third down instead.
And it looks like that's kind of what Trembler did. As the ball was reaching his hands, tried to look to see if anyone was going to hit him, see how much room he got, and it's usually the biggest mistakes receivers make, trying to accelerate upfield before securing the catch.
So 3rd down and 7 here. For the Spartans. Ball sits at the 33-yard line. Sams has receivers split on both sides. Will go on a quick toss. And Northwestern just quickly defensively making stops.
Yeah, and they're trying this kind of quick game early. We saw a screen earlier on that opening drive and trying to do the same thing here, but just makes you wonder if at some point in this first half, with the score being what it is, if they decide to air it out or try and see something in the middle of the field through the Spartans. Great job by Northwestern staying in their defensive integrity.
Looking to punt this one out, and there'll be no return, but the ball will move inside the 25-yard line, and we'll see the offense make their way back onto the field for the Tigers. So a score by Shane Lay from 12 yards on the run, and then a 64-yard touchdown run from Shane Humes, and that's where we stand with the score right now. So they'll fake it one way, counter the other way, and have some room. Spinning through Sakanek. Sakanek still on his feet. And he will, he will get an Ironton auto body first down.
I know it was a great play by Northwestern, a great job by Giverson to be able to chase from his defensive line spot, wrap up, and make a tackle. That's the kind of effort you want to see out of a big guy like that.
Leg following Sakanek on the far side, and will power forward and get across the 40-yard line.
They're trying to, catch the Spartans kind of off guard with this no huddle, quick pace offense. Of course, it led to their 2 touchdowns. I really like how energized this offense is in terms of getting plays out.
Inside a minute. Zimmerman takes this one and ran right into some white jerseys and nothing there. And that will bring up a 3rd down here for the Tigers.
Great job by Jacoby Jacobs to meet Zimmerman on that line of scrimmage. Bit of a stalemate.
And I don't know if they'll take a snap here. They don't have to take the snap, so I don't think they will take the snap. So the clock's going to wind down. So first quarter, a 12-yard touchdown run by Shane Lay came at the 10-13 mark. A suddenly high turnover as they picked it up, and John Pavis had the INT of Shane Lay, but didn't matter. They got the ball back, and then a 64-yard touchdown by Shane Humes. Through 1, 14-0 Northwestern Lehigh leading Southern Lehigh. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
We are back here at Northwestern Lehigh Tiger Stadium, so glad you could join us. Al DiCarlo, Terrence Maynor, Giovanni DiCarlo down the field, as is McKenna Schlegel. Dave Micah down there as well. Glad you could join us here on D11Sports.com. Big play here, 3rd down and 3 with a 14-0 lead. So maybe not the way you want to start the second quarter when there's a penalty.
It looked like, again, they were going to a direct snap for Humes. This is what led to the touchdown in the first drive, actually.
Now we talk about the red division as being a title, and Notre Dame having the other division. They're leading your alma mater 21-0 in the first quarter. Everyone's been talking about between the big 3, Northwestern Lehigh, North Schuylkill, and Notre Dame. Who's going to make it to that District 11 championship? Right now, that's still a couple weeks away. This is now 3rd down and 11 from the 35. Lay looking to throw. He gets to Humes, and Humes powers forward, still on his feet, pushing through, and finally run out of bounds.
All right, tried something short. Nice little out route by Humes, and great job by Southern Lehigh. One guy able to keep him up, let those white jerseys being reinforcements, and wrap him up and make the tackle. And it's exactly what you're looking for Southern Lehigh, trying to get off the field on this 4th down.
Yeah, so they're looking to go for it. 4th down and 2. And Humes bounces off one defender. Now Humes goes to the far side. Humes gets the first down and a little bit more. He's still pushing forward. They go for the football. They don't get it. And on a 4th down and 2, Shane Humes takes matters in his own hands and gets an Ironton auto body first down.
And they really love this direct snap with Humes. Just takes it, and it's just an individual where it's not going to take an arm tackle to bring him down. It's going to take a couple of bodies to be able to put Humes down. And great job on 4th down by the Tigers, being aggressive, knowing what they got, and being able to convert.
From the 37. And nice pass play, and we'll get over to the defender and just firing through for an Ironton auto body first down. Here's Brady Zimmerman.
All right, so we start in the 3-receiver set. Zimmerman motion right and come back left and then just throw it to him. Great block by Bollinger. A great job by the Tigers to be able to convert downfield.
Ball inside the 25-yard line. They're sitting at the 24, and lots of players moving there.
Well, we've yet to see that big shot down the field. The last time we saw it was in the first quarter with Bollinger, so interesting to see if Northwestern at this point at the 29 looking to take some off the top through the air. Could be looking for a knockout blow here on this drive.
So from the 29-yard line, Sakanik on the pitch will take it, and it gets pounded to the ground. And the ball got loose. I thought he was on the ground already, but yeah, they will. They'll say that. But suddenly I come in bunches there. But, you know, we talked about that 14-0 lead. You know, you said before, they score here 21-0. That's a huge deficit because then there's not that – the margin of error has got to be very slim.
Yeah, and it makes you, at Southern Lehigh, try and, you know, do things you're probably not comfortable with at this point, try and force something, airing out, usually leads to mistakes.
Lay looking to throw, has all the time in the world, and looking for Lagoe, and he hits him in stride, 27 yards. Lay to Lagoe for a touchdown to increase the lead. Wow.
And I said just a moment ago, we haven't really seen that big deep shot yet. Last time we saw it was in that first quarter, and I think the Tigers might have heard that, and nice shot down the field to Lagoe. Great job by Lay. Great job by this offensive line, giving him the time, setting his feet. Deep shot left side, Lagoe wide open, and Northwestern Lehigh may already be looking to put this one out.
So a touchdown pass from Lay to Lagoe comes at the 9:51 mark. You can't miss Lagoe out there. He's got those pink pink cleats on right now. You can see him a mile away.
Yeah.
Even with my non-pearl vision, I can see where he's at. Not sure what the discussion is about down the field. See if Pat Patrono. So the penalty here against Northwestern Lehigh, and if you're Josh Knight on the far side, you know your kids are amped up at the same time, but you don't want to give them the extra 15.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in situations where you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because, you know, unsportsmanlike conducts and things like that. Like you said, it's good to be excited, but you got to know when to kind of tone it down.
Now we wait for the officials to talk this one over. D11 Sports thanks Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley & Easton, for his sponsorship of the Game of the Week. For all your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380, located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301 in Easton, PA. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member, SIPC. This is a lot of long conversation.
Yeah, wonder what they're discussing.
Not sure if they're calling New York here, you know, to make sure. So they're still talking over, and they're going to come over and talk to Coach Sams, it looks like. No matter your sport or position, St. Luke Sports Medicine can train you to avoid injury, and if you do get injured, we're there with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons to get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. So the touchdown comes at the 9:51 mark. So a change of direction here after all that was settled. They have Humes in the backfield. They have yet to stop him. He's going to take the direct snap, and he's going to flip it over to Bollinger, and they're going to go over. You know, that's interesting. It ends up going to a two-point conversion into the hands of Harry Wertman, but you see that on a two-point conversion.
And Al, you even mentioned special teams and even a little bit of trick plays, and they have the reverse the Bollinger, and that looked like a little Northwestern special, eh?
How about that? So Bollinger to Harry Wertman. Well, people watching down, this live stream down the road, you may not see that in a two-point conversion one time. You may see it down the road for something else.
And Northwestern has already dominated on the board. And here we go. We're going to see it. Nice little sweep from Humes to Bollinger. And wide open in the end zone, Harry Wertman for the touchdown. I'm sorry, for the 2-point.
And the way it came, you thought it was a touchdown, right? Almost forgot about it. So they move him back, with the penalty. They take the penalty on the 15 yards there. And this one will be fielded right around the 35-yard line and nowhere to go. Nice game brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient, reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on a D11 Sports Game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. When it comes to towing, trailer, auto body repair, experience matters. Let Ironton Auto Body put their 70-plus years of experience to work for you. Locally owned and operated with 24-hour emergency towing and recovery services, along with 24-hour trailer repair. When something goes wrong, don't trust it to anyone. Look no further than Ironton Auto Body. Let our family take care of your family. Call 610-799-3241. And with that, this is going to be that inadvertent pass interference. Got tripped up. And Shane Lay knew it right away. His foot came out and ended up tripping, and all of a sudden that changed the little thing there.
And you expected Southern Lehigh to try and take a big shot, knowing the situation down 22. And even, I get it. Shane Lay, I understand, he kind of got tangled up, but if you're Southern Lehigh, you're going to take that each and every day. Trying to get something going. It's fortunate having a situation where you're just trying to cover a guy, prevent him from making a play, and then you get a yellow marker thrown at you. Nevertheless, they'll have the ball at the 40 for the Spartans. The receiver set to the left side.
1st and 10, ball at the 40, comes to the near side, and will complete the pass play into the hands of Jacoby Jacobs. And it feels like it's been a while since they've had the football.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of screens out of Southern Lehigh. They've been doing that in this first half. Haven't really done anything in terms of across the middle, or we just saw that deep shot downfield, but they're pretty content with being methodical at this point. Able to get 7 on that first down. Ball's at the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw. Gets flushed out. Now looking, seeing if he can get someone. Now he'll finally throw it, and he'll has a receiver. And that one off the fingertips as he was looking downfield for Otto Young.
Oh, man. And one thing you're not ever supposed to do as a quarterback is throw across your body, but he had Young open. Was able to chuck it downfield. We're going to see it here. Rolling right. Threw a great throw, and I understand that that's a hard catch to make. But if you're Young, you got to make that. Your quarterback sets you up in a great position in the end zone. One you got to come down with.
So 8:57 on the clock. All Tigers, if you're just joining us, 22-0 they lead. They scored twice in the first quarter at the 10:13 mark and a 3:06 mark. And then at the 9:51 mark of the second quarter, they also scored on a touchdown pass from Leda Lagoe. Second down and 3 from the 38. They'll pitch this one over to Stecker. Stecker has a lot of room in the middle. And just as I said that, the defense comes flying across and makes it a big play.
Great job by Humes. He's been all over the field all night. Coming in, hit a little licking on Stecker.
So inside 9 minutes. Third down and 4. The ball sits at the 34. Looking to throw, has a receiver. He'll come near side, and he'll push forward and get a little bit more, and has the first down on the nice reception and run by Luke Koshinski. An Ironton Autobody first down.
All right, so we see this short game working out well. Kozinski in the slot, nice little out route, catch and make a guy miss, keep those legs churning. Finally put out of bounds, but this is the situation suddenly I wanted to be in.
So the ball down to the 16-yard line. A low snap. Sams thought he had more time, but he got wrapped up right away, flying in. I don't think anybody even touched him. Was Braxton Laxatosh.
One thing I mentioned is these linebackers are going to have to be an impact. Laxatosh starting on that end. Just able to be physical through the offensive lineman, wrap up and make a play. Loss of 7.
Second down and 17. A little confusion. All right, there's a timeout. I was going to say a little confusion going on there. Suddenly I will take the timeout. Thanks to Strategic Benefits One Group in the Lehigh Valley, a premier broker in helping small, medium, and large businesses build a competitive employee benefits package, which includes retirement plan services and managing clients locally as well as in more than 12 states. Visit their website at strategicbenefitsonegroup.com. We thank them for their continued dedication and support for D11sports.com, Mike Lagoe, and Strategic Benefits One Group. Tonight's game also brought to you by Stu's Tire Center, located at 3930 Independence Drive in Schnecksville. In need of new tires, a wheel alignment, or an oil change, stop by Stu's Tire Center or give them a call at 610-799-4298, locally owned since 1981.
Ball at the 23. Somehow doesn't want to squander this drive by not putting something on the board.
Yeah, you're right about that. Down 22-0. The ball sits at the 23-yard line. Sams will just float that one out and nowhere to go. And making that one was Brady Zimmerman. So the catch by Jacobs, but the big play by Zimmerman.
Southern Lehigh's done a pretty good job to keep this pass rush at bay, screens and rollouts, and for the most part, Northwestern's been able to keep everything in front of them. Zimmerman, great job there to track the ball, pursuit, wrap up, and make a tackle.
So just like that, it's third down and 21 yards. Looking to throw this one, but gets flushed out. Now throws in traffic and will complete the play into the hands of Darius Roman. So we'll bring up a fourth down. Again, down 22-0 where you are in the field. You're going for it, obviously, but they got half that back at least.
But you got to be smart with what you do in terms of how you go for it. For the most part, they've been doing, quick outs and screens, and needing 11. You're going to have to try something a little bigger.
So 4th down and 11. Sams throws. He's got a receiver in the far side of the field. It hangs up there for a while, and it's incomplete. Sakanik on the coverage as he was looking into that corner, and Northwestern dodges the bullet there, and they'll take over on downs.
All right, so we've got a 3 receiver set to the right side, a one-on-one on that left side, and Sam's is going to take it. Kaczynski's right there. Tries to go up and make a play on the football, and a great job by Sukanik to be able to stay with him. It's an overall great defensive play on 4th down for the Tigers.
Yeah, we know what Sakanik can do on offense, but defensively he's done a great job as well. So the ball will sit at the 17 to start things off, and they will attack on the ground. Sakanik on the carry, not much there. As we approach the 6-minute mark, and a 22-0 game.
And if you're Southern Lehigh, at most you'd like to just be able to hold this 22 deficit. Of course, you know that Northwestern's going to try and continue to take their shots, and why wouldn't they?
They go on the ground again. And a good stop here by Southern Lehigh will bring up a 3rd down for the Tigers. We've seen this before a couple times. You know, it's a 3rd down and long. It's going to be, 3rd down, it's 6-7 yards or whatever it is. But, it's Northwestern has converted. So let's see if they go back up top.
I just want to point out that Giberson is jogging off the field. So on this 3rd down, they don't have their big defensive tackle in to put some pressure on Lay.
Yeah, that could change a lot of things as well. 5:15 and a 22-0 lead. Lay gonna roll it back at Sakanik, and Sakanik lost the football. And they'll bring up a 4th down. I believe it's the first punt coming up here for the Tigers, correct?
I believe so, yes.
They've only punted, I don't know, a handful of times this year. Both teams really haven't punted that much this year. I mean, when you're averaging, 40-plus points a game, you don't usually punt that many times anyway. But
great job by the Spartans to be able to make a stand, get off the field.
So 4th down, ball at the 19-yard line. They'll try to come with some pressure. Oh, he almost got that one, but getting it off. And let's see what kind of roll you get here. And it'll be right around midfield is where Southern Lehigh will take over here with 4:57 on the clock. For over 100 years, Jocko's has been serving the Lehigh Valley with their one-of-a-kind hot dogs featuring their secret sauce. The Hot Dog King has 5 locations, including Allentown, Emmaus, and Fogelsville. For your next cookout or tailgate, pick up a Jocko's Doggy Pack. 1 dozen dogs with all the fixins. Jocko's, affordable food and great service you can trust since 1922.
Starting off with a double set are the Spartans on the 50-yard line.
And they'll go to Steckert, see if they can jump-start it with the running game. Again, you mentioned it. There's a lot of time left in the game. That being said, when you look at that scoreboard, if you're Southern Lehigh, you really need to score here in this possession because there's a lot of time left on that clock, but you need to punch it in because if you don't, all of a sudden you're sitting there. If Northwestern scores, you're looking at a possibility of being down, almost 30 going into the second half. Yeah, a lot of things can happen here in 4:27. Sams back to Steckert. Steckert powers forward and will bring up a 3rd down. The ball will sit right around the 40-yard line.
Not even to mention that, but if you're Southern Lehigh, you get the ball to start the second half, so you could really double up, put a 6 on the board here. If you need to make a stop defensively, you can do that as well. And then you get the ball to start the second half. You can really put yourself back in a position where you're back in this game. So a 3rd down looks like it's a long one. Another double set for Southern Lehigh. Low snap.
Yeah, looking to throw. Has time. Goes sidelines and will get the Ironton Auto Body first down as he puts that right into the hands John Fissner. Fissner, a 6'1", 166-pound junior.
Great job by Fissner in the slot on the left side. Low snap. Sams keeps his eyes downfield, and Zimmerman all over Fissner and is able to put those hands up, snag the ball, and first down for the Spartans.
3:15 on the clock. Steckert. And Steckert seeing a couple of black jerseys coming his way, Lakatos being in one of them. Also in there helping out. Maybe got his first hand was Evan Wagstaff. So 3 minutes on the clock.
Two receivers out right for Southern Lehigh. They're going to look to pass.
Looking to throw. Sands, middle part of the field, has a receiver.
Beautiful.
Yes! 26-yard touchdown. That's Otto Young.
All right, I need to see a replay of this because this was an absolute dart to Otto Young. Exactly what Southern Lehigh needed. Sam sees him left side coming across the middle and absolutely rifles it in there to Otto Young. And like I said, just exactly what Southern Lehigh needed to be able to keep themselves in this.
Extra point is good. And it's 22-7. So you mentioned a couple things. One thing that you mentioned is, first, yes, they get the touchdown, a great pass play, right? There's still 2:35 on the clock, but you mentioned Southern Lehigh, A, they scored, B, they get the ball back to start the second half. You know, you don't want to see Northwestern score here if you're Southern Lehigh.
Right.
That being said, you finally got into the end zone and get that refire for your team. You had mentioned, you know, the big thing is Carter Giverson slowly came off. He's on the sidelines. Now we'll have to see, you know, they're talking to him on the sidelines if he's going to get back in there or not, and, you know, kind of what was going on there. But, you know, big play from Sams to Otto Young. And for Sams, that's his 21st touchdown pass of the season.
In a situation where you have 2:35 left, your defense is getting ready to go out there, and understand the scoreboard is what it is, but if Southern Lehigh can make a play defensively and they take this score into the half, the momentum, I would say, is in the corner of Southern Lehigh. They've been able to make a couple of key stops defensively, put a couple of plays through the air, put a couple plays on the ground, and
how about that boot right there?
Yeah, it was a beautiful boot.
Well, 2:35 on the clock. We'll see what the Tigers do. They went ground attack the last possession. Didn't get anything through. We'll see what happens here for them. As Southern Lehigh is trying to get some momentum going. And a good sign is Giverson is on the field. Again, you can't miss 77, right? You can't miss him. Getting a bunch of FCS looks. And he's out there. He's big guy, 6'4", 336. He's got his presence there for sure. And Northwestern will start things off from their own 20-yard line. And cutting across, and a huge pickup by Zimmerman.
Like he might have been a little slow to get up. And, you know, one thing I want to mention is coming in, their leading rusher is Braxton Lakatos. He's not so much been as big of a factor as we might have thought of. They've been able to spread the ball to other guys on this offense to be able to make plays.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that Lakatos actually on the offensive side of things. You know, he's as much. And powering through and looking, no signal yet. Yep, they will move the chains for an Ironton auto body first down. Lakatos is there in the backfield, but we haven't seen the carries that you expect to see from him. But we mentioned those guys. You know, you're seeing 3, 4, 5. You know, 5 guys getting some carries.
You know, when you have versatility in the offense where you can give the ball to Zimmerman, give the ball to Bollinger, and they could make something happen that really spells good for your offense.
First down and 10. The ball sits at the 32. Back on the ground they go. And the Southern Lehigh Spartans coming up with some big defense here with 1:45 on the clock.
He's looking to chug up the middle with Lakatosh. Great job by Giverson, staying in his gap, creating a bit of a pile and only about a 2-yard gain.
This becomes an interesting play call here. Second down and 3. Southern Lehigh's fans trying to get them to make a big play here, and through the middle, nowhere to go. Absolutely. Now, do you bang a timeout here if you're Southern Lehigh?
Say you do your best to just overall keep this game at what it is. I wouldn't try a timeout here. Like I said, you want to go into the locker room with the momentum. Your defense is making great plays. You just want to be able to take this score for what it is, and they're going to let this clock run. And even Northwestern's taking their time in terms of getting a play called out. I think everyone's kind of just content with taking this into halftime. And they actually did call a timeout.
The Tigers called that one, it looks like, right? So they take the timeout, and they'll probably just, see if they can. They don't want to give the ball back, right? Third down coming up here for the Tigers. Glad you could join us here at D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. We'll have one more for you in the regular season. Liberty and Freedom tomorrow from Bethlehem Area School District Stadium, a 1 o'clock kickoff. But those festivities started already. I think, I get there sometimes at 10:30 in the morning, and, the band's out there, everybody's ready. And that rivalry is not just a football game.
Mm-hmm.
Those bands are, some of the best in the nation. And, to see them perform, they perform at 12:30 to 1 o'clock, which will bring you live. And then, at halftime they perform again. Some great atmosphere for sure. But here, it's 29 seconds on the clock, and Northwestern leading by a score of 22-7. It sounds crazy, but do you pass the play here? I mean, 3rd down and 7. I don't see them passing the ball at all. They're going to run, and that's Bollinger. And they stop him there, and the timeout will be taken here by Southern Lehigh. At this point, you might as well.
It was a great job by this defensive front for Southern Lehigh, just sticking to their gaps. Mentioned it with Giverson earlier, creating piles and being able to shut down this run game for Northwestern.
So timeout. So it's 24 seconds on the clock. Hey football fans, time to get your pickle at Pickleball Lehigh Valley. Are you ready to try the fastest growing sport in the country? Grab a paddle and join the pickleball action right here at PLV. Courts, leagues, clinics, you name it, we've got it. Bring your friends, get moving, and see why everyone is obsessed with pickleball. Don't wait. Hit the court and join the fun today. Stop by the Sportsplex at Crackersport Road or visit pickleballlehighvalley.com. You pickleball guy?
I'm not very good at pickleball, I can say that.
So you've tried it?
I've tried it once. It wasn't the greatest. I'll never try it again.
I've tried it, and my friend from Kentucky plays a lot, and I was winded. But I did it. All right, looking to punt the ball away. Again, on the return, if they do, then you can decide kind of what you want to do. The ball will be, they're going to take as much time clock off. Now, if you're Southern Lehigh here, it'll be 10 seconds. So you have the one timeout left, right? Do you take the knee, go in the locker room? You have Colton Sands. You can throw the ball downfield. Do you try to throw downfield, get a pass interference call? What do you think?
I mean, I'd say at most, if you want, you could take a shot downfield, but I'd say just be content with going into halftime with the momentum. 22-7. Your defense was able to just make some great stops. This is a situation that you want if you're Southern Lehigh. You come out of halftime, you get the ball back, you can put the game back in your corner with another score. Yeah, just take this into halftime.
Well, let's see what they do. The ball at the 33-yard line. Sam's looking to throw, and he's going to tuck and go, and he'll be taken down. And the clock will wind down, and that will wind down. Actually, they're going to call a timeout, I think. Yeah. Well, that's a surprise. So what you're thinking, they're not thinking. Well, if you have one of those trick plays, I guess now would be one of those that you can try it. But
why not?
That being said, you're in danger zone here. It's not like you're sitting at the 50-yard line. You're sitting back inside your own 30-yard line. So, it's got to be a safe play.
Yeah, whatever you try downfield, if it's not there, just throw it away. Don't try anything fancy. Don't try and get cute with it. You put yourself in a position where it could be another turnover, and you never know what could happen there. So like I said, just don't be cute with it. Maybe we could see a trick play, Al. But like I said, I would have just been content going into the locker room. That's why we're up here, Al.
Yeah. Well, you've been down there before, though. Yeah. 2 seconds on the clock. 22-7 is your score. Southern Lehigh trying maybe a little razzle-dazzle here or see if they can get that pass interference call. Sam's going to just toss it. Give it to Stecker and see what Stecker could do with it. And Stecker going to come back with it, getting a tackle on the play, and that will run down the clock. And it will end 22-7 here the first half. And we'll wait here and see if we can get McKenna with Coach. All right, so McKenna Schlegel is down with Coach Snyder, and we'll hear his thoughts.
Coach Snyder, you had a very strong first half. How do you feel going into the second half?
Yeah, our kids came out and played hard. I'm so proud of our defense. They played outstanding. Tough sledding inside, running the football, but we took a couple shots and got home on some. In our special direct snap package to Shane Humes, he's running like a man on a mission. So we're proud of where we're at. We got a big defensive stand. They got the ball coming out at half. We got to find ways to get stops for our offense and figure out ways to get in the end zone.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
All right, McKenna, thanks a lot. We'll take a break. It's 22-7 the score. Northwestern Lehigh leading Southern Lehigh. You've been watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new people, and opens the door to new possibilities. St. Luke's OMS offers a revolutionary dental implant solution to help you regain your smile. The All-on-4 procedure provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures for individuals who have lost all their upper or lower teeth. The benefits of our All-on-4 are experiencing immediate results, often receiving your new teeth on the same day as surgery, improving daily activities such as eating, speaking, and smiling, leading to a better quality of life, long-lasting and stable implant design, providing a secure fit that dentures cannot. The All-on-4 procedure is minimally invasive, reducing recovery time and discomfort. Our OMS team members are experts in oral surgery and specialize in this type of rehabilitation, ensuring a safe and effective process.
St. Luke's OMS helped me get my smile and confidence back.
Once you have your new smile, our OMS team will continue to support and care for you to promote a smooth recovery. Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
We are back. Our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. At the break, it's 22-7 in favor of the Northwestern Lehigh Tigers. And with that, we go down to the field and listen to Northwestern Lehigh High School Marching Band. Halftime, you've been watching the Northwestern Lehigh marching band. We'll take a break and get you ready for the second half of play. 22-7 is your score. You're watching our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Learn what makes you unique with no-cost genetic screening through DNA Answers, a community health research program available through St. Luke's. Learn how your DNA impacts your health and if you are at risk for certain cancers and hereditary high cholesterol, a cause of heart disease. Gaining a better understanding of your genetic health risks can help you and your doctor personalize your care for a healthier future. Health insurance is not required to participate. Learn more at DNAanswers.org.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
St. Luke's OMS offers a revolutionary dental implant solution to help you regain your smile. The All-on-4 procedure provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures that will give you immediate results and enhance your quality of life.
We are back here at Northwestern Lehigh's Tiger Stadium. The team's going to make their way back onto the field, so glad you could join us for our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Today's game brought to you by Michael R. Glovis, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley, located at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301 in Easton, PA. For all your investment needs, call Michael R. Glovis at 610-559-6380. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Tonight's game also brought to you by Stu's Tire Center, located at 3930 Independence Drive in Schnecksville. In need of new tires, a wheel alignment, or an oil change, stop by Stu's Tire Center or give them a call at 610-799-4298, locally owned since 1981. Shout out also to Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports Game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. When it comes to towing, trailer, auto body repair, experience matters. Let Ironton Auto Body put their 70-plus years of experience to work for you. Locally owned and operated with 24-hour emergency towing and recovery service, along with 24-hour trailer repair. When something goes wrong, don't trust it to anyone. Look no further than Ironton Auto Body. Let our family take care of your family. Call 610-799-3241. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact our office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today. Also, a shout-out to Strategic Benefits One Group in the Lehigh Valley, a premier broker in helping small, medium, and large businesses build a competitive employee benefits package, which includes retirement plan services and managing clients locally as well as in more than 12 states. Visit their website at strategicbenefitsonegroup.com. We thank them for their continued dedication and support of D11Sports.com, Mike Ligowi, and Strategic Benefits One Group. For over 100 years, Jacques has been serving the Lehigh Valley with their secret, one-of-a-kind hot dogs featuring their secret sauce, the Hot Dog King, with 5 locations, including Allentown, Emmaus, and Fogelsville. For your next cookout or tailgate, pick up a Yakko's Doggy Pack, 1 dozen dogs with all the fixins. Yakko's affordable food and great service you can trust since 1922. Gary Iacocca does a great job with there. My family was in from Florida this past week, and they used to live here, and they moved down to Florida, and the first place they went to is Jacco's. The last place they left to before they boarded the plane was Jacco's. So, that's just, when we talk about, a tradition, it indeed is a tradition for sure. Hey, fans, want your athlete to take your game to the next level? Then check out St. Luke's Sportsplex, your ultimate destination for camps, clinics, performance, speed and agility, and weight training, as well as turf and court rentals. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a future superstar, we've got the programs to make you faster, stronger, and unstoppable. Don't wait. Stop by the Sportsplex or visit sluhn.org/sports and get into the game today. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11Sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action. Take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11Sports.com. So glad you could join us here for this matchup between these two teams. And with that, we are ready to start quarter number 3. It is 22-7 after the kick. We'll let you know how it happened in the first half. And this one was bobbled momentarily, and here comes the swarming defense by the Tigers. First quarter action, a couple minutes in, 10:13 on the clock, a 12-yard touchdown run by Shane Lay made it 7-0. Then his 64-yard touchdown run by Shane Humes made it 14-0. That was your score at the half. That touchdown came at the 3:06 mark. A 27-yard touchdown pass from Shane Lay to Michael Ligowi. Then a reverse to Harry Wertman for a 2-point conversion, made it 22-0. And then just before the half ended, 2:35 on the clock, a 26-yard touchdown from Colton Sams to Otto Young. And that's our score, 22-7. We start the third quarter. They start on the ground. And Terrence, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, like I said, I wanted to see a bit of a more high-octane passing offense, but I think it was a great job by Northwestern, being more methodical, being more balanced, finding ways to get completions through the air, finding ways to get different individuals the ball on the ground. And I think overall, if you're Southern Lehigh, you've put yourself in a good position where this drive is so important. We talked about it during halftime in terms of getting back in this game.
Yeah, and Steckert powers forward, pushes through, and move the chains for an Ironton Auto Body first down. Quickly we were talking about in the first half, 22-0. It's a must drive for Southern Lehigh. You give the ball back, which you did originally to Northwestern. They score, and you're looking at being down 30-0. Mm-hmm. Big difference here, 22-7 with the ball.
Yeah, and the exact situation for Southern Lehigh that you want to be in. Only down by a little, can still get yourself back into it, but this drive is so important in doing that.
Sam's looking to throw, and Sam's gets intercepted. That goes to Shane Humes. Humes picks it off at the 45-yard line, and Humes still on his feet, busting through a tackle, still getting through. It's hard to take him down. He's done a great job offensively with the football. We've seen a couple plays defensively, and now the INT.
Yeah, just on this drive for Sam's, just a little hesitant on where he wanted to go. It looked like he pumped, and by the time he was ready to get it going, we saw him. See him pump right there and then try to throw it across the middle. By that time, Humes was already dropping back, eyes on the quarterback, getting two hands on the football. Great job by this defense to make a stand.
Well, not how you wanted to start there at the 10:35 mark. So Lakatosh, they don't give it to him. Instead, Lay's going to roll far side, throws it in traffic, but will connect on the pass play. And in business after the completion is made into the hands of Brady Zimmerman.
All right, so they're going to do a little bit about what they did in the first half, rollouts, quick screens, quick dump offs, out routes, just to keep this pass rush for Southern Lehigh at bay. Maybe we get 9 there.
So the ball sits at the 14-yard line, and Lay is going to try to follow, and they take him down on the play, but a flag was thrown. Yeah, they'll get this on the Tigers.
Great job by Hopple to get two hands on his blocker, shed him off, wrap up Lay, and bring him down. Second down and 11, 24-yard line.
Ball sits at the 24. Lay going to go quick toss far side, and he'll complete the pass. And they'll get that one to Lagoe. Lagoe with another good catch.
Saw Lagoe with that deep shot in the second quarter. This time here, just able to get him on a nice little out route. And it seems like for Southern Lehigh, this is, one of your biggest last stands. Northwestern takes this, goes up 29. It's going to be hard to crawl yourself out of a hole like that.
Yeah, it was enough of a stretch for Lagoe to get the Ironton Auto Body first down. As they check that one, they can get another first down right around the 1-yard line. The ball sits just outside the 10, right around the 11-yard. And they'll put this one on the ground. And not much there at all for Braxton Lakatosh as he gets thrown to the ground. A couple players in there, including Noah Hopple.
I've mentioned Hopple already a few times tonight. He's doing a really, really good job at sticking in his gap, getting hands on a defender, and able to swipe him off, wrapping up and make tackles, and that's what you want out of your defensive end, knowing that when the ball goes his way, he's going to be the individual to slow up the team and let the reinforcements get in. So great job there by Hopple.
If you're just joining us, it was 22-0, then 22-7 at the half. Suddenly Lehigh came out with the football. Colton Sam's INT, and now the ball sits at the 10-yard line for Shane Lay and company. Going to go far side on a quick toss play, and it will hit one of his favorite targets in Lagoe. And then they inch closer to getting 6.
Same thing we saw a couple of plays ago. Just a nice small out route for Lagoe. Find him quick. Now here we go.
Well, there's a lot of movement. We've seen this a couple times for the Tigers. Yeah, and this is going to be against the Tigers again.
And they wanted a direct snap. Well, it was to Zimmerman, but now with this third down, things kind of maybe changing in terms of what they want to do. They bring Lay back in.
But still 2 down territory for Northwestern. Unless they decide to go for a field goal if they don't make it here.
So 3rd down and 7. The ball sits at the 8-yard line. Approaching the 8-minute mark. They fake it one way. They're going to throw, or are they? They far side, and that one. They're looking for Bollinger, but incomplete. Good job defensively by the Spartans. And I'll bring up a 4th down here for the Tigers.
All right, that was a great job by number 16, Adam Fritz. Staying hip to hip with Bollinger, getting a hand on the football. Now with a 4th down, Southern Lehigh would do wonders for them if they're able to get a stop here.
Don't be surprised here if there's a fake. Here's Sakanik. But this is his range right here. We're looking at a 25-yard field goal attempt. And he's going to take this one. That one's blocked.
Wow.
So they haven't attempted those field goals, right? Mm-hmm. And that was the range, if anything, is right around that point for him. But what it does, it gives a little spark to Southern Lehigh.
Yeah.
And Southern Lehigh is going to make sure, listen, let's take that spark and let's move on. You guys did it special teams-wise. Now it's time for us to do something, get back in this game.
Well, here we go. This kick goes up, and that was big Guyberson. Carter Guyberson getting a hand on it, the big paw on it, lowering his shoulder to get through the line, getting a hand on it, and big stop for Southern Lehigh.
There you go on the ground, and tripped up quickly, and we'll end up getting some positive yards, though, regardless of that. What are you saying? Guyberson's so big. What do you think? He's, 6'4", 336. He's, a Division I guy. What's the problem?
He is a force.
Yes, he is.
He is a force.
I interviewed him during media day, and I had to look up, and my neck was hurting because I was like, I interviewed a couple of players. I'm like, man, why are you so tall? What are you doing up there? Because he looks bigger than 6'4".
Yeah.
The ball sits at the 30. And nowhere to go there, and maybe lost a couple yards. A couple of players in there, including Colton Pop, the senior, for Northwestern. So one thing when you look at it, and I think we've talked about this before, and I look at some of my notes, and Duke Helm does a great job of throwing some stats out there. He had, I'm talking about Sean Steckert, 320 yards in week 6, 263 in week 5, 222 in week 4, 203 in week 1. I mean, it doesn't take much for him to get through a little seam and then take off.
Right.
Here's Sam's looking to throw, and he goes to the far side, and that one's incomplete. And a Northwestern player goes down after making a play. They may attend to him on the far side. It looks like a cramp, but can't tell. So we should see the punting unit come in here for the Spartans.
That was a big drop by Kozinski. It looked like he was trying to catch and spin back inside to take it upfield. But as we've already seen tonight, before you make any sort of moves as a receiver, you got to make sure you secure the catch.
And one thing that we've seen or haven't seen, Krasinski, they have kept those receivers in check. Otto Young obviously had that catch, but they really have done a good job of not making those big plays. Coach Snyder's talked about, they can quick strike. They can do it. Right now, they've been holding everybody in check.
Yeah, it's a great job by Northwestern to be able to, like I said, keep everything in front of them. Anything deep was relatively wiped out.
So Roman the punt, and that one will come to the near side, and we'll take a roll That would look like he was going to come back towards Southern Lehigh. So no harm, no foul if you're Northwestern Lehigh, as you don't score, but now you get the football back with 6:45 on the clock.
Yeah, you can really, take this drive as slow as you want. The situation's kind of in your corner. You have the lead. You just had a defense make a nice strew of plays to get the offense off the field. Now, if you're Northwestern, essentially you have all the tools of your playbook in play.
Ball sits at the 37-yard line for the Tigers. They'll fake it one way. Now they'll look to throw, and throw into the far side, and another catch, and a good one at that. Shane Humes has done everything so far tonight.
Literally everything, and that was a great job by Humes going up and getting it.
A lot of misdirection, and it's working for him.
Yeah, it looked like a double fake by Lay. And Humes, two guys on him, was able to go up and grab it, keep two hands on it. And like you said, he's done a little bit of everything here today for Northwestern.
So the Tigers, as we approach the 6-minute mark, with the lead 22-7 and the ball at the 43-yard line. And back on the ground they go, and breaking through is Lakatosh. Again, Lakatosh coming into the game with 896 yards on 70 carries, averaging 12.5 yards a carry. We haven't seen those kind of numbers by any of the Northwestern team, and mainly because you got a huge defensive line.
Right.
You got 4 players averaging 12.8, 10.2, 9.4, and 7.9. Here from the 39-yard line, Lay to throw, waits on Bollinger, and now sees him down the far sideline. And
wow.
He makes the catch at the 2. Excuse me, that was Michael Lagoe on the far side. Wow, what a catch.
What a throw by Shane Lay. Really airing it out for Lagoe. Going to see here. Putting it in a position where Lagoe's going to have to stride underneath it to go grab it. But a great job, the concentration.
And here's Humes. Humes goes through. But that connection has been pretty good tonight between the quarterback and Shane Lay and the receiver in Michael Lagoe. You'll see that in the highlight reel.
Now with this situation, I'm gonna. If I was Coach Snyder, why not? I'd say run it these next 2 plays. If you don't get it here, run it on 3rd down. It looks like they're gonna do that with a direct snap.
Yeah, that's Zimmerman. He's got Humes in front. Zimmerman powers forward and goes in for the score, 3 yards. When you got Humes in front of you pushing the line through, that makes it even easier for Bray Zimmerman to score the touchdown. And for Zimmerman, that's his 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, like I said, you run it, you get a couple of blockers out in front. That big play to Lagoe really set the standard for this drive, and a great job by Northwestern to be able to finish on that.
Extra point is up and just squeaks his way through at 4:36. So with the touchdown on 3 yards by Bray Zimmerman, that makes it 29-7 in favor of Northwestern Lehigh. So glad you could join us here. Our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping families and businesses with their life, disability, and long-term care planning needs. Whether you have a current coverage in place or in need of reviewing your options, please contact their office in Allentown to find the right plan to fit your needs. Call New York Life at 610-616-4430 today. So if you're just joining us, it was Southern Lehigh that got the ball first in the second half, but they couldn't convert, and Northwestern instead upped their lead back to 22.
Now it really makes the situation difficult. You're Southern Lehigh, Northwestern. You know they're going to try and air it out.
From the 15-yard line. That's Otto Young. And Young, maybe this is the first biggest return really since the beginning of the first drive when they had the ball right around the 40, 45-yard line.
Yeah. Like I was saying, it's a hard situation for Southern Lehigh. You know you got to air it out. The other team on the other side knows you're going to air it out. But just can you put up the right scheme of plays offensively to be able to successfully put something in the end zone, because Southern Lehigh certainly needs it.
So 4:29 on the clock. And here's Stecker. Stecker powers through and bust. And maybe lost the football there for a second. No, actually kept on going. That ball did come out, didn't it?
It did come out, but it looked like it was recovered by Southern Lehigh.
Yeah, it looked like it came out. I thought it did, and it looked like it was picked up there by Lucas Sutyak after the big run for a Ironton auto body first down.
But, hey, everyone thinks you're going to pass it, and you run it up the middle and get some positive chunk yards with it.
Well, we say, if you're going to get more than, 8 yards, 9 yards to carry, that's okay. It's the same as getting your reception. Here, Colton Sams looking to throw downfield. He waits, nothing there, and now we'll just throw it away.
Very smart by Sams. Rolling out, seeing nothing, and just throwing it away. Lift the play another down.
Talked to Coach Sams, and I said, talk about your son and how much better he is from we saw you week 1 to now. He goes, he just continues to get better and better. And he goes, a lot of people think, I sit with him the whole time and we're looking at film. He goes, I got my stuff to do. He's got his stuff to do, but he does a lot of homework on his own. And, and to be a good quarterback, to be a really good quarterback, you have to do that. And I think that's what we see from him. Second down and 10 from the Tigers' 43-yard line. Tigers in control, 29-7. Sams looking to throw. There's nothing downfield. He may have to tuck and go. Now finally throws, goes near sideline, and will complete the pass and get that in the hands to Kosinski.
I think this might be coming back, Al.
And there was a flag thrown. Didn't see it at the end, but we'll wait for this one. So with just under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter, they will indeed call this one back.
It was Colton Pop who was looking to get that pressure on that defensive right side. Gaberson was blocking and just kind of got an arm around the neck area.
So second down and 20. The ball sits at the 47, their own 47-yard line. First down is way up there. Sams looking to throw. The defense again just hanging in there, and the pass is completed. And Kosinski has that one. And Sams moving forward with the pass play and getting a bunch of that back.
Literally the same thing they did on the other side with Kosinski.
And with that, a record for Colton Sams as he becomes the all-time passing leader. He passes Travis Edmonds, who had 5,281 yards. So congratulations to him. And straight through the middle is Steckert.
Boy.
I want to thank B.J. Spiegelmeyer, the statistician for Southern Lehigh, for that information.
Stecker was close to putting 6 on the board there, got tripped up at the end.
Again, there's time. There's plenty of time.
Yes, yes.
And there's so much patience here for Southern Lehigh, down 29-7. Ball sits at the 26. After another Ironton auto body first down. Low snap. Sams pumps once, looks and comes to the near side, and he gets the conversion for. So for Roman, another catch for him. He came in again with 24 for 367. And all of a sudden, for the first time tonight, we're seeing Sams with not saying back-to-back passes, but a little more consistency, and he's starting to find a rhythm. You get him in that rhythm, he can be really dangerous.
And like you mentioned, his rhythm in this drive to start with a three receiver set to the left.
He's got Steckert if he wants to float it that way. He does. Steckert will get hit as he moves forward, but it looks like that's going to be close. Originally, I thought he got the first down, but he's going to be short.
Marked him just short.
They make the announcement on the loudspeaker. You know, BJ's giving us the information, and, you know, they're finally getting it over there. You know, we're ahead of the curve here. Again, for Colton Sams passing Travis Edmonds, all-time passing leader. Third down and a long one. Here's Steckert. And Steckert goes into a pile of jerseys, and they give a first down, so Ironton Auto Body first down. And they'll start the clock right around the 2-minute mark.
Good job by Steckert just to find a little bit of space. Kind of got bunched up there, but was able to find a bit of a crease and just falls through it for a first.
So the ball moved down to about the 16-yard line. He's looking at Koshinski. And now instead he goes to the middle part of the field and touchdown. Coming straight across is Darius Roman. The vision there, 16 yards. Wow. You got to like that pass.
I said it earlier, as a quarterback, the number one rule is you're not supposed to throw across your body. But if you're Colton Sams, if you can do it, why not? Darius Roman all the way across the middle. Sams, a little flick of the wrist. And that is phenomenal and exactly what the Spartans needed.
It comes with 1:39 on the clock. The extra point is good. And it's 29-14 in favor of Northwestern, but a little momentum there for Southern Lehigh. So breaking the action as they get ready to move across. It comes to towing, trailer, auto body repair. Experience matters. Let Ironton Auto Body put their 70-plus years of experience to work for you. Locally owned and operated with 24-hour emergency towing and recovery services, along with 24-hour trailer repair. When something goes wrong, don't trust it to anyone. Look no further than Ironton Auto Body. Let our family take care of your family. Call 610-799-3241. Game is also brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on a D11 Sports game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. Reichenbach Oil doing a great job. Even when it's wintertime, they get me my oil. And on the return, and trying to make that one through is Sakanik. And they take him down right outside the 35-yard line. And that's where Northwestern takes over. Again, still 1:33 on the clock. You know, we talked about not worrying about the clock anymore. Just, you know, kind of just play your game if you're Southern Lehigh. You know, you got into the game before, then kind of turn the ball over, they score, but you're almost back in the exact same, back in the same situation. This becomes a big drive, either way.
Yeah, and for Southern Lehigh, it's just one play at a time, making sure everyone's on the same page, all those 11 guys on the defensive side, and just make a couple plays.
Faking one way, faking another way, and then finally throwing. Man, just punching off tackles with Brady Zimmerman. He picks up 6-7 yards. Oh, 6-7. Had to do it once.
Al, don't do that to me.
Had to do it only one time. Unbelievable.
It was a great job on that last play by Shane Lay to go through his reads.
That one just came to me. What do you want me to do?
No, I get it, Al. I get it.
Had no choice. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world, by the way. 29-14, second down and 4. It was 6, not 7. And the handoff goes to the far side, and they'll take it by Lakatosh.
We have too much fun in this booth.
Yes, we do. I was actually surprised that Sean didn't push our booth mic, our booth cam, and saw that one. Big play here defensively if you're Southern Lehigh. 3rd down and 3, and I don't think.
Yeah, I think they're content with letting this run out.
Yeah. So they will let the clock roll down here in the 3rd. A 3-yard touchdown run by Brady Zimmerman made it 29-7 after a big catch by Michael Legault, and then a 16-yard catch from Colton Sams and Darius Roman. It's 29-14 after 3. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
You're determined to stay active and enjoy life. Be at your best every day with St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here and we'll get you back to doing what you love. With locations throughout the region, including St. Luke's Orthopedic Hospital West End campus, the best place for orthopedic care is always close to home. St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Start here, go farther.
We are back into the 4th quarter. It's a 29-14 lead. How the call, Terrence Maynard. So glad you could join us here on D11Sports.com. And Bolliger in motion, but it's Shane Lay. They go straight up the middle, and great job by Giberson and company to knock him down. They'll bring up a 4th down. And let's see what Northwestern does here. It's 4th down and probably 1.5 yards or so. This would be an interesting call. I mean, they look like they're going to go.
And with the run game the way it's been, I don't see
this
a
is a
reason
huge
not to.
play.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it.
Well, they went quick to get the 1st down, move the chains. So 4 new downs here for the Tigers. They're just underway here in the 3rd quarter. You know, a shout out to Phil Stambaugh. He became the winningest coach at Notre Dame High School in 9 seasons. And, you know, but one thing I want to say about that is, and I've known Phil a long time, they're playing their games against your alma mater tonight, but they're playing at Lafayette.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to get his record at Lafayette. It just bothers him that they're playing there, but they are playing there.
Yeah.
But congratulations to him anyway if he's listening. Well, he's not listening because the game's still going on. 1st down 10 from the 46.
Oh, wow.
And straight through, powering through, is Zimmerman. How about him just flying through traffic? You get him moving fast, and he can be dangerous.
That was a reverse fake, handoff fake, then reverse to Zimmerman. So Northwestern getting a little creative in terms of how they distribute the ball. 2nd and 4, and I can't imagine Northwestern's going to really try and air it out anymore with the score the way it is, the run game the way it is.
29-14. Yeah, taking a lot of time.
Nope.
And as you say that, they're going to throw middle part of the field. Actually, they go to the outside. It's Michael Legault, and Legault has been all over the field tonight, making play after play.
Like I said, that's why we're up here. So they decide to give it to Legault, and these corners for Southern Lehigh playing really soft coverage. You can see cornerback on the left side, 6-7 yards back.
Oh, look at you.
All right. Legault with an out route. I didn't mean to do that.
I saw 0.
Just got to move your hands there. If you don't know how it's going, you got to do. Come on, I'll help you out every now and then. The ball at the 32, 29-14 is your score. And they'll go to the ground again. So we're seeing here in the second half more of the rotation of the running backs, keeping them fresh, keeping them going. That time was Lakatosh. You always got to keep your eye on number 5, though. You don't know where he's going to be.
Regardless, Northwestern doing a really good job at wasting this clock as best as they can. We saw a couple of times in that first half and even in that third quarter where they had a bit of a fast-paced, high-tempo offense where they weren't really huddling up. They weren't really, slowing down in terms of getting plays, but that's the case here.
Ball from the 31. And again, it's Zimmerman. And Zimmerman will push forward. And we'll move the chains for an Ironton Auto Body first down. Oh, no signal yet.
Well, he was just a little short.
Yeah, a little short. So Lay will check out of the game. And checking in is Harry Wertman.
This is something they've done all game.
Yep.
They'll have a 2-back set and probably give a direct snap, try and go up the middle.
So Humes again in the backfield. He'll take it, follow Lakatosh, or will he take it? Terrence, I think that's 4 offsides like that for Northwestern tonight.
Fortunately for the Tigers, it hasn't derailed them too much. Nevertheless, here we go. Red zone opportunity for the Tigers at the 20.
Yeah, so not the movement for Northwestern. Instead, the penalty on Southern Lehigh with 8:25 and the clock still moving. So they'll bring Lay back into the game. And they're not afraid to take as much time as they want off this clock.
Yeah, rightfully so.
And they go right on the ground, and powering across is Sekanic. Sekanic, the sophomore at 5'8", 155, again came into the game. 64 carries, 652, and 11 touchdowns. So player down on the field for Southern Lehigh. They will take a look at him. When the stadium's courts and fields are quiet and the crowds are gone, St. Luke's Sports Medicine is still at work in athletic training rooms, on sidelines, and at practices, before games and after games, no matter your sport or position. St. Luke's is your team with the best athletic trainers, performance coaches, physical therapists, and orthopedic sports medicine physicians and surgeons. We'll get you back on your feet and back in the game. St. Luke's is the region's only varsity team in sports medicine. If you're a student from any District 11 school or interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action, take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at d11sports.com. We have McKenna Schlegel, who's a junior, down in the field, and also my son's down there, Giovanni DiCarlo. He's only a freshman here at Northwestern Lehigh, but, Terrence, you've seen, the progress of a lot of these students and, through our program and just putting them on a platform to show that they have talent.
Yeah, and it really is a good opportunity to get it going early. And when you get to college and decide you want to continue further, you have some experience under your belt. So great things happen here at D11 Sports.
Clock moving at 7:30 and counting. Second down and 3. Ball sits at the 14-yard line now for the Tigers. They have Lagoe far side with one-on-one coverage. But, we're seeing, I think, lots of runs going on here. Or no, they're going to pass this one. I'm done with this one. Here's Brady Zimmerman, just jumps over a defender.
When you have an offense that seems like they can really do whatever they want, I mean, they're going to mix it up. And, yeah, that was a short catch and run, but
another Ironton Auto Body first down.
You see the replay here. Oh, and wow, that was, just being pointed out, the offensive linemen all kind of faking like they were falling down, and was able to create some space. So very unique for Northwestern.
The ball from the 6-yard line. There's Zimmerman. Tries to go to the far side. He gets tripped up from behind. Great play defensively by John Pavis.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle for Pavis. Bursting all the way to the defensive right side, wrapping up and making a tackle.
So the ball was just inside the 4-yard line. The clock continues to roll. We are in the 4th. It's 29-14. And the play clock's at 14 seconds. 2nd and goal from the 3. Sakanic in the backfield. If they snap this one, they just get it off. They'll get it to Sakanic. Sakanic pushes through and gets in there for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown for Chase Sakanic to increase the Tiger lead.
That was a great, great drive by Northwestern. I think that drive was mainly to just expose the clock, but 1 second on the play clock and they snap it. A great job going to that left side by Sakanic and putting it into the end zone, and it's exactly what you wanted if you're Northwestern. Waste as much time as you can, but still produce offensively. Phenomenal to be able to potentially close this out for the Tigers.
Yeah, 12th rushing touchdown for Chase Sakanic. The penalty comes on the Tigers. And Sakanic, who just scored, will move back. So 5:51 on the clock, and you said it. Could that have been the knockout punch there? I mean, a lot of things can happen in 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
Yeah.
Heck, you watch the Giants, a lot of things happen in the final 30 seconds. So
don't mention that.
The extra point is a little longer this time, but still good. And Northwestern increases their lead to 36-14, and they are under 6 minutes away from another perfect season and a chance to bring home a trophy.
And this is really, really good going in these playoffs. Just seems like everyone on the Tiger side is well connected, on the same page, and you're going to need every bit of that and more as these playoffs arrive, especially considering you're the defending champions. Everyone's going to be gunning for you, trying to put you down, but Northwestern's looking very, very good as we get to some championship feelings.
5:51 on the clock, 36-14. Northwestern Lehigh in control.
36-14 Tigers.
Again, tomorrow we will be at Bethlehem Area School District Stadium, a 1 p.m. start between Liberty and Freedom.
Tigers starting to pull away. Sakanic will kick off.
And this one will be picked up at the 10-yard line. They flip it back. And then it goes to Steckert. See if Steckert could do something with it. Now Steckert has a lot of room on the near side. And here comes Steckert. He gets a block in front of him. Steckert now pushing forward. He gets a stiff arm, and he'll get the ball at the 45-yard line. What happens after? Because we see flags everywhere. That was Otto Young who originally tossed it, who originally fielded it and then pitched it back to Steckert. Make your playmaker play.
It was a great job by Steckert to find some room on that other side and be able to flip the field, but now the flag on the play.
So they got the ball right about midfield. So, you know, when we talked about that clock and we said, hey, they just scored with 5:51, seeing crazy things happen and everything. Look at this. We said, listen, your best field position to start was right around the 46-yard line all day, right? You had it twice. But now all of a sudden, with the extra 15, after the ball was fielded at a 10, you probably were going to only, you know, they made the toss back to Steckert. You're in business here 12 seconds in.
Yeah, here we go.
from a 39-yard line. Now you're going to see a lot of Colton Sams. Sam seeing pressure. Has a lot of room if he wants to run it. And he'll wait till the last second and then throw it, and that's completion. And the reception made into the hands of Darius Roman. Great job by number 5, the quarterback Sams. Just looking at it, just knowing, hey, go upfield. I'm not going to go out of bounds. I'm not going to pass, I'm not running. Don't worry about it. Just give me a little bit so I can get it to you.
Does a great job of keeping his eyes down the field.
So quickly an Ironton auto body first down. Sams now looks the other way. And gets a block and now throws it and incomplete. I felt like he was back there for 2 hours.
Looked like he could have stood back there and had himself a nice hot dog. Does a really good job at creating time, does Sams. And as an offensive lineman, when you have a quarterback that can do that, it makes your job a little easier, trying to get a body on a body, but to have a quarterback that's going to scramble and get out of harm, it's always good for your team.
So second down 10 from the 25. Sam's going to quickly throw in the middle part of the field, has a receiver, and will bounce forward. Another reception made by Darius Roman. And they'll move the chains again for another Ironton auto body first down, and they are in business just outside the 10-yard line.
Now the Young runs the go route. Underneath comes Roman, and Sam's is able to find him. Nice scheme out of a double set for the Spartans.
Sam's from the 12. And wide open on the backside and pushing forward, getting down to about the 5-yard line is Roman.
A little of what Northwestern was doing, taking advantage of the soft coverage. Nice quick out by Southern Lehigh. Moving well.
So the ball from the 5-yard line. And Sams takes it himself. He gets wrapped up. Good job by the 6'1", 195-pound sophomore, Fritz Shire.
Clock still running, 4:13 left to go.
Call that a 3-yard gain, and they'll give him the first and goal from the 2.
So first and goal from the 2-yard line.
So inside 4 minutes. And here's Steckert. And Steckert powers through, and no signal yet. Looks like he's about a half-yard short or so.
Northwestern makes Southern Lehigh earn it.
First and goal, or second and goal from the 1.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts, so Southern Lehigh can do some clock stopping. Once they punch it in, if they give it over to Northwestern.
So third down. Wow, a lot of movement. Everybody going.
I'm not sure who jumped off first.
Everybody jumped there.
There's a lot of bodies moving.
I'm getting maybe a little bit too excited. That's the old one, everyone but the center going, huh?
Had situations where you had white jerseys pointing over on the other side and black jerseys pointing over the other side, and just kind of have to wait for the call to come out, be able to determine what happened or what didn't.
So Lehigh can get on the board here soon. Give him a chance to come back in this one.
Ball sits at the 6. And the Tigers will call a timeout. One scoring update from out there in the, we're talking about undefeated teams. Easton right now all over Nazareth by a score of 37-7. Well, that's a big score difference there for sure here in week number 10 as they look to wrap up the number 1 seed. Again, after the games tomorrow, we'll get those brackets out. Jason Zimmerman, the athletic director here, will have that all out. He's in charge of all that stuff, so we'll get that through.
That's what everyone's excited for. Everyone's waiting for, huh? See where they're going to go. See where they're going to travel for this first round of the playoffs.
And for Northwestern Lehigh, amazing year last year, 92-0 with 3 teams winning the state championship. Football undefeated, boys soccer undefeated, girls soccer undefeated. Girls soccer still undefeated. They've won their 50th in a row. And here in Northwestern looking to go to 10-0. And Sam's going to throw. Now rolls, waits, and will throw that one away.
Like Sam's, when he was going left, he wanted to take it. Great job closing in by Northwestern. Sam's having to make the choice to toss it out.
So clock stops at 3:14. Boy, it was easy to get down there, but to get in is a big difference.
Yeah, making Southern Lehigh earn it on Northwestern.
Yeah, after the penalty, the ball at the 6. On the snap, Sam's rolls. And now we'll throw, and he comes down with it. Yes. Darius Roman, 6-yard touchdown reception.
All right, so something they've done all night. Have a 3-receiver set to one side, of course. That was Kazensi in motion. And then going to that one-on-one situation. Nice little comeback route to the pylon. That's 6 for 6 for Darius Roman.
The extra point is good. Declan Walsh gets it and close the gap to 36-21. Now, is this an onside kick here? What are you thinking here?
I think you try something in terms of that, an onside kick. You understand the time is not on your side, and if Northwestern gets the ball, you got to imagine it'll probably be game over the way they've been able to run it and the way they've been able to really run the clock down. So if you are Coach Sims, you're scheming up something to get the ball back for your guys, and if you're the Tigers, you have to make sure you're ready for it.
Number 82, Wyatt Adams on the kick for the Spartans back east of Northwestern Lehigh is number 2, Casey Kennett.
And it looks like that's what we're going to see here. Onside attempt for the Spartans.
Go to the far side, and boy, that was a good one there. That ball did get loose. Suddenly, I says they have the football. They do.
No way.
How about that? How about that coming out of the pile?
So we say never in this sport of football, and Southern Lehigh's playing with that mentality. 3:05 left, down 15, but there's still a shot, still a chance.
How about Leonard Martin? Leonard Martin, he put that ball exactly where it had to be.
Yeah. And here we go.
Didn't see who came up with out of the pile.
And it went exactly 10 yards.
Jacoby Jacobs.
Before Jacoby Jacobs was able to jump on it.
All right, here's Sams. Sams toss it, Stecker. And Stecker gets avoid getting hit the first time, and
wow,
how about that speed?
Yeah.
You're going backwards, and then you're flying forward that quick, and you end up getting some great positive yards.
That was something out of nothing because Shane Lay was right there to wrap him up and make the tackle. And even when Stecker got out of the first tackle, look, there was a couple of black jerseys there to wrap him up. But like you said, that speed accelerating up the sideline, and here come the Spartans. Double set for Southern Lehigh. Stecker to the left of Sams.
Looking to throw. Sams, here comes the pressure, and we'll throw that one away.
Pressure on the play by number 72, Fritz Shire. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Spartans with the ball spotted at the Tigers' 43-yard line.
So 2:49 on the clock. They'll go with 2 receivers lined up to the far side. Sam sees some pressure coming his way. Here comes Humes again. Instead, from the far side, he'll rip him down, and that's Michael Boring. Michael Boring soaring coming that way. And again, you're looking at Shane Humes coming one way. You got to release, and it goes right to the hands of Michael Boring.
Great job by Boring to wrap up and finish the play. With this 4th down coming up.
Again, these teams ranked 1 in the state, 1, 2 in the state in their respective classes. This is 4th down. Here's your game really on the line. Sam's looking to throw. They got everyone back. Sam's now turning the other way. Will throw it and has a receiver.
Oh.
Did he make the catch?
It
They
looks
say
like
yes.
he did.
So coming up with the catch was Stecker to keep the drive alive as he gets an Ironton auto body 1st down. Wow.
Absolutely game-saving catch by Stecker.
The clock keeps going here with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Sam's looking, now middle part of the field, and he completes that one. They're going to have to get quick as reception was made by John Fistner. And if you're Southern Lehigh, you know you still have 3 timeouts left, so you got to decide when you're going to take them. Sam's will roll one way, now come back the other way. A lot of people coming, he just throws this one away. Stops the clock with 1:30 left.
They are really bringing pressure on that Tigers defensive side, really making Sam's try and make him as uncomfortable as they can in that pocket. He's had to scramble left and right a couple of times on this drive. And another situation where Northwestern's not making it easy on Sam. He's going to have to earn every yard.
So 3rd down here for Sam's. Fakes it to Stecker the first time. Now waiting, assessing, has a receiver wide open on the far side. Comes all the way back. And diving in for the touchdown is John Fistner. Are you kidding me? A 22-yard reception to Fistner. We've got a game, folks. We've got a game.
Sam's have a day. I mean, I'm not sure how many times I'm going to say a quarterback is not supposed to throw across his body, but Sam's, in this sense, needs a play. Was able to throw right side, wide open is Fistner. And like you said, we have a game.
So the extra point here for Declan Walsh. That one is up and good. And waiting in the wings will be Leonard Martin to try another onside kick.
And that is just a great job by Southern Lehigh. Being able to stand tough. Yes, the clock's not in your favor, but never say never in this sport of football. And if you're the Spartans, you firmly believe that you can take this game home. It's going to take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to be able to tie it, but a never say die attitude for the Spartans. Now another possible onside situation for Southern Lehigh.
Well, it was to perfection earlier by Leonard Martin. Again, they have 3 timeouts left as well. Okay, let's get that straight. So if you don't get it, then the defense has got to come up big. They'll lay this one again, and that ball got loose. Are you kidding me?
No.
That was really close.
Wow, yeah, very close.
It popped up, but Northwestern will come. Still no signal. There's a signal. Okay, Northwestern has the football with 1:15 on the clock and a 36-28 game. This is a 1 touchdown and 2-point conversion away here. And again, if you're Northwestern, it's simple. You know, you get yourself a 1st down after a play, whatever. There's a player down on the far side for Southern Lehigh, and that's right in front of Northwestern bench. So hopefully he's okay. As we'll wait and see who it is. But right now, Terry, it's a game. I mean, we said the 5:54 mark or 5:51 mark, Chase Mechanic scored a touchdown from 3 yards. That made it 36-14. And I said, is that the knockout punch? all of a sudden at the 3:07 mark, a 6-yard touchdown reception from Sams to Darius Roman made it 36-21. And then at the 1:18 mark, a 22-yard pass from Sams to John Fissner to make it 36-28. That all being said, and you said it before, when you watch Sams, that was Stecker, by the way. He's okay as he's coming to the near sideline. When you watch Sams, he's done it 3 or 4 times where he's gone one way and throwing the ball back effectively, mind you, the other way.
Well, I mean, in this situation, he's got a lot of poise as a quarterback, and we knew that coming in, but to be able to make some of the throws he's made, you're not supposed to be making these throws until you get to the college level, maybe even the pros, but for him to make them at the age he's at is incredible.
All right, here we go, folks. Top 2 teams in the state in respective classes. They give that to Humes, and he powers forward, and they'll take a timeout here. Again, 3 timeouts for Southern Lehigh. You want them to get these timeouts if you're Northwestern, and then you move the chains, and really you could just take the knee and walk out with your 10th victory. That being said, Southern Lehigh, you stop them here. They gained, about 4 or 5 yards there. So, you stop them, you get the ball back. Anything is possible, folks.
But Northwestern's got to know on that side, all it takes is just one first down to be able to close out this game. So if you're Coach Snyder, you're saying everybody is on go. Everybody needs to make sure, especially if you're blocking, you get a body on a body. Ball carriers, keep that ball high and tight, lower a couple of shoulders, and let's get out of here with a W. Coach Snyder said he wants to walk off here with a blue ribbon instead of a red ribbon.
We're going to see now. Both of these teams last year made a huge run in states, and Southern Lehigh came up a little short, but they knew they had the players coming back. They knew what they lost as well. But, beginning of the year when we saw Coach Sams, he said, we feel confident about this team. When you have a line like this, they're going to be a huge factor, I believe, if they come out of that 4A class. And, for Northwestern, the same. If they come out of the 3A class with Notre Dame, probably one of the guys are waiting in the wings. Here's Humes. He's been effective all night. Humes powers forward. And he gets close. Did he get it the first down?
I think they're going to say he just got it. It looks like the ref is just on that line to gain.
All right, there's the chains being moved. Okay, first down. So a first down for Northwestern.
As official, a first down. Suddenly not calling their second timeout.
So timeout with 55 seconds left.
I think the one most unfortunate part about this game, Al, is one of these teams had to lose.
Yes.
And that was, coming in, all the animosity, all the hype, these teams being 9-0, and I think we were absolutely treated to a great game tonight. The fight by Southern Lehigh, the run savviness by Northwestern, it really was all the makings of a Week 10 game as we get ready for these playoffs.
So 1:02 on the clock, 36-28 is your score. Northwestern really right now, they could just take a knee.
Yeah.
Because there's only one timeout left for Southern Lehigh. There's your knee right there. And Southern Lehigh, if they want, they will. They'll take a timeout with 57 seconds left. So if you're looking at 57, their timeout's there. If you take a knee here, they can't stop it. They'll go down to about 12, and there'll be a fourth down with like 12 seconds left, right around there. And then you start playing in that, field. Like, what do you do when it's fourth down? Do you just kind of run around a little bit, or, some people like to throw the ball in the air and see if they can take off 12 seconds.
The clock, yeah.
Again, depending on where it's at, but you give them a chance, and here with 57 seconds. Let's see if they take a couple seconds here by running it back, or they don't. They take the knee again. So as I said, right about 12 seconds it's going to be.
And roughly about 12 seconds. So it looks like Southern Lehigh at most, maybe we'll get the ball and have one shot to take it deep, but I'm actually wrong.
No,
it's
no,
third down.
Wrong. Yeah, that is third down. Yep.
It is third down, not
that's
fourth.
right.
All right.
Okay.
So that looks like it's going to end that.
My calculations were like your calculations. 36-28, Tigers. Perfect season here in the regular season. Southern Lehigh falls to 9-1 after a loss. Two teams expected to go far. Again, trophy presentation will be out there as well. We'll try to get some interviews. So we're going to get the trophy presentation first, and then we'll get the interviews. Looks like they're going to give the trophy right away from what we're hearing down there on the field. And I see Jason Zimmerman has the trophies and medals. So 36-28, your final score. And take you through the scoring here in this one while we wait. A 12-yard touchdown run by Shane Lay made it 7-0. 64-yard touchdown run by Shane Humes made it 14-0. That was your score after 1 quarter of play. Then a 27-yard touchdown from Lay to Lagoe. And then that crazy 2-point conversion, 22-0. And then Otto Young from Colton Sands made it 22-7. That was your score at the half. Take us through the half first and what you saw in the half before we get to the rest of the highlights, going to the second half.
I mean, it really was just a methodical run game for Southern Lehigh. They knew that they had the pieces offensively to be able to get the ball down the field. And it really wasn't even with their best runner in Lakatosh. So they had a lot of versatility. And when they needed to pass it, they were able to do it in bunches and waves. So if you're Northwestern, I mean, you take this win for what it is. You take this championship for what it is. But on the other side, especially next week, and for both of these teams, that you have to gear yourself up to go out there and try and get another championship. So overall, good night for Southern Lehigh. Overall, good night for them in all 4 phases. All 3 phases in all 4 quarters.
All right, so second half, as we're looking in here, and we can see them, and they're going to give them this trophy.
And of course, the second half a little bit the same in terms of the first. Continuous running, continuous pounding the rock, and they're celebrating.
Yeah, they get the trophy right there, and we'll hope to get the interviews here. So the Red Division Championship goes to Northwestern Lehigh. All right, so second half, if I get to it, Shane Humes had the INT. Eventually, it was a 3-yard touchdown run by Brady Zimmerman after a Lagoe, another big catch for him, made it 29-7. A 16-yard touchdown run by Colton Sams and Darius Roman made it 29-14. That was your score after 3 quarters of play. Fourth quarter, a 3-yard touchdown from Chase Sakanic made it 36-14. 6-yard touchdown reception, Sams and Darius Roman at the 3:07 mark made it 36-21. And then a 22-yard touchdown pass from Colton Sams and John Fissner made it 36-28, and that's where we stand right now.
Colton Sams did a lot of good things tonight, throwing the football and showing a lot of poise and a lot of athletic ability to be able to get out of space and, make those kind of throws down the field. And unfortunately for Southern Lehigh, they just weren't able to weather that early storm, and I think that early onslaught was kind of the catalyst to what we saw here tonight. Once Northwestern got going, it was really hard to slow them down. That's why Northwestern is here celebrating, and just an overall fantastic season for the Tigers.
All right, we get ready. McKenna Schlegel is waiting for Shane Humes, our D11sports.com player of the game, and she's down with him right now, and we go to McKenna.
Right there between those two guys. Shane, you had a 64-yard touchdown that put the momentum in the Tigers' favor. What does this game mean to you?
I mean, coming in this game, both teams, we know, especially in the beginning of the season, we're all looking forward to this game. We're really hoping that it's going to be 9-0, 9-0 league championship game, and that's just what it was. I mean, it was a really hard-fought game. Our line played out of their minds. I mean, especially in that first half. On that 60-yard run, I barely got touched, so that's all credit to the linemen. I'm really proud of our guys today.
And what are you going to do to keep this momentum going into the playoffs?
Yeah, we're just going to take it week by week like we've been doing the past couple of years. I mean, we've been doing I think that's something that our team's been doing a really good job of the past couple of years, just taking it game by game, not looking too far ahead. And, I mean, we're just going to get back in the film. We're going to get back to work for next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, McKenna, thanks a lot. They're doing the medal presentations on the far side. Seeing if we can grab Coach in the meantime. I'm not sure if we can. We're going to try to see if we can get Josh, but he's doing the medal, so it could be a while to get Coach Snyder. And if we don't, we'll wait and see if we can get him on Twitter, but I'm seeing if Giovanni can get him or not. Your thoughts here of this game and how it finished?
I think we kind of just got a little bit of, what we were expecting, a, high-scoring kind of game, a game where we saw a great amount of offense, and, suddenly I really, really liked their ability to not necessarily hang their heads. They were down by a lot. They could have easily just packed it in and, went on home, but they stayed tough, and that was part of what Coach Sams mentioned earlier to me. This team has found a great identity through these first 10 weeks, and you're going to need that identity going into the playoffs. So if you're suddenly high, this loss hurts, but you have some bigger things to worry about in terms of trying to get yourself a championship, and we'll see how all that plays out next week.
Well, the medal presentations on the far side, trying to give you some view, a little view of that. Obviously, it's hard because we're on the away side. That's on the home side of the presentation. But all right, so while we're waiting here, and we'll try to see if we can wait for Coach. While we're waiting here, you look at these two teams. First, start with Northwestern Lehigh. Because of the win, I'm not the District 11 person, but even though Notre Dame was at the top of the table and they won today and finished 10-0, because Northwestern beat a 4A school, they should have enough points to jump and get the top spot, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 1-2 team there. Talk about, districts there in this 3A classification, which could be pretty interesting with the teams that are there.
Yeah, you got, all these teams, Northwestern, Notre Dame, North Schuylkill. It's going to be interesting to see where these teams are placed and who they face in that first round, considering all the factors in terms of their record and how good they are. So, like I said, we just have to wait for the bracket to come out. It's going to be a very exciting week to figure out who's going to come out and who's going to play who and who's going to go where. And, Al, patience is a virtue, but I'm ready for some playoff football.
I think everybody's ready for playoff football. But we got one more soon because we have one more game tomorrow, Liberty Freedom, and that should be a great matchup as well between those two teams. It always is in Bethlehem. It's more than a game.
Yeah, and like you even mentioned earlier, it's not even just about the football players. The marching bands of both of those two teams, very well respected, very well credible in terms of what they do. So as these playoffs begin to ramp up, everyone's just trying to overall finish the season strong. And with Northwestern, you can say that you've successfully done that, getting yourself a W, but still a lot of football left to be played, and the regular season's over, and it seems like we have a whole brand new season coming out with the playoffs coming down. So we're going to see how those play out and get to work.
No doubt about it. Like I said, and no speculation right now, but, obviously Southern Lehigh, despite the loss, they're still going to be the number one seed. in that 4A class, and they are going to make a run, But in that 4A class, it's interesting because you have Becca Central, Blue Mountain's tough. Lehighton had a big lead tonight, and they think they won the game. Jim Thorpe and Pottsville. But in that 3A class, everybody's been waiting all year. North Schuylkill and Notre Dame, it was 8-7. North Schuylkill was winning. I think they were winning 8-0, and then Northwestern Lehigh ended up scoring, 50 straight points or so to beat them, 49 straight points or whatever, to win that game. But everybody's been anticipating, will it be Notre Dame and Northwestern Lehigh? That being said, North Schuylkill lost to Notre Dame because they went for a 2-point conversion. So that game was tight too. So if those guys meet up again, anything is possible between those two.
Yeah, and for sure. And, playoff football is a whole different atmosphere. You understand that it's not just so much about, trying to stack wins each week. It is a one-loss elimination, and you want to be able to be on that other side so you can continue to strive, continue to push in those weeks to try and get yourself a championship. So, like I said, anything that happened during the regular season, you kind of have to take out of your mind and get ready for some playoff football because this is where the big boys come out to play.
Yeah, no doubt. On the other side, the runner-up medals are being handed to Southern Lehigh as well. But, as Northwestern's celebrating at the same time, congratulations to Southern Lehigh on an outstanding season, number one. That all being said for them, it's an opportunity for them to put themselves in position to regroup and get ready for the 4A playoffs. Right now I'm looking on the far side to see if we have Coach. I'm looking. And I'm trying to find Coach. I see Coach. I don't think anybody else sees Coach. There's a lot going on. They're getting the photos, and Dave's sleepwalking down there. He's not helping. Dave got lost. Dave wanted to be in the picture. This is what happened there. And we'll see if we get Coach right afterwards. I know Giovanni's down there, and they're waiting. They're getting those photos. I see Dave there. Dave's got a good spot for the photos. I see him there. I don't know who's got the mic, though. Anyway, moving forward here. Oh, Dave's got the mic.
Tell you what, they are as tough as we expected out of them tonight. They did not give up, and they had the offensive firepower to get themselves back into this one quickly. Tigers did a nice job in slowing down.
So we'll wait here. They'll take a couple more pictures. Again, looking at the classifications, everything will be put out at the latest would be Sunday. I think at noon. Sunday around noon we should have all the matchups. By the time the games are done tomorrow afternoon, you get a better idea on who fits where, who's going where. Again, I want to wish Southern Lehigh the very best. They have a great team, and while they're down right now and lost that game, and I think we talked about it. If they do that, by all right, we're in the middle of the part of the field right now. I think Giovanni has Coach, and we wait with Giovanni and head coach Josh Snyder.
All right, I'm here with Coach Snyder. Coach, biggest win of the season for you guys. How does it feel?
It feels great. We've won our fair share of Colonial League championships over the years, but this one feels pretty special for some reason. Most likely because, Southern Lehigh is a great football team. They're ranked number one in the state in 4A, coming off a great year, returning basically their whole team. And for us to go toe-to-toe with them and play as well as we did, it's awesome. Obviously, we have some studs that make a lot of plays, but I really feel like everybody that's number was called had an impact play here or there, and it was a great team effort. We haven't been challenged that much during the course of the year, and would have liked to put that game away a little bit earlier. The onside kick obviously wasn't executed well by us, and sometimes you got to tip your cap to the other team and kudos to them. You know, they're going to go on a run here in 4A, but I can't say enough about our kids and the heart that they have, and the senior group on senior night, what they've gone through over the years with, you know, losing Tucker and battling back, and you know, he's still heavy on our minds here tonight, and you know, that's awesome stuff. I also got to say that it was my mom's birthday, and she passed away a couple of years ago, so we had a couple people looking out for us tonight.
So a lot of emotions here, and a big win for all those people. You know, I'm really sorry about your mom, by the way. But what does this show about your team moving forward? You know, wins like these are going to be – you're going to need these every week of the playoffs. These are going to be the tough matchups you're going to face. What does it show about your team?
Yeah, well, you know, we've been through this before. One season's over, and now the next one begins. And, you know, we've been looking forward to this. Obviously, it's a little bit higher stakes now. It's win in advance or lose and go home. So we're going to prepare like crazy. You know, we had a short week of practice. Games on Thursday next week. So, you know, we're got to see if we're going to be the first or second seed, and a little unsure about that until the points are in there. But, you know, it was a physical game tonight. You know, we're going to lick our wounds here a little bit and prepare and enjoy the heck out of this one over the weekend and bounce back and get ready for the districts.
All right, congrats, Coach. Back to you guys up top.
All right, Giovanni, great job. Thanks to Coach Snyder also at the same time. And, you know, great job by our students down there, McKenna Schlegel and Giovanni. Great job by Dave down there. I know it's a scramble. There's a lot of people there as well. Terry, this is your last game with us this year. It's hard to believe that it's another season, the regular season has gone by. Your thoughts of being back in the booth for year number 2?
I mean, I love D11 Sports. I can't say it enough. I mean, this is – when I wanted, you know, to get into broadcasting, you know, I reached out to you, and you gave me an opportunity and put me in this booth. And can't say enough about D11 Sports, and just can't say enough about being in this booth with you, Al. It's always great to be here with you, be here with Sean, be able to call some of the action, and just super grateful. So I hope I get called back for a third year.
All right, go back and start body slamming some people there in the wrestling ring for a little bit. You can body slam Sean if you want. Sean's taking off tomorrow. He's going to be relaxing. We'll get Kevin. But Sean, great job, Sports Fan Base Network. We have one more game in the regular season tomorrow. It will be Liberty and Freedom. That should be a great one. That starts at 1 o'clock. I'll be with Mike Raymond on the call. Excited about that one. This one is a final score of 36-28 in favor of Northwestern Lehigh. They finish unbeaten in the regular season at 10-0. 9-1 for Southern Lehigh. We wish both teams the very best as they get ready for districts, and both teams expected to make a huge run in districts and possibly in the state tournament. For everyone here at D11Sports.com, Al DeCarlo saying so long and have a great night. We'll see you back at it on Saturday. Northwestern perfect on the season so far. They win 36-28, your final score. Good night.